Hello, happy Friday, and welcome to the Echo. Chickadee Make with Crystal. Tonight we are making pistachio muffins. We've done pistachio muffins before, but the recipe that I used was a little bit weird. If you guys remember, it has us put the sugar in the raw sugar on top before it bakes, which then makes it melt during baking, which makes this weird. I don't know if anybody's tried that recipe. It makes this weird, liquidy blob to where a previous coworker, I would bring them to him sometimes, and he'd be like, what'd you put inside of these? And I had to convince him there's nothing inside of them. It's just the way the sugar, melts into the middle and gets this, wet blob, which sounds gross, but it's actually really, really good. So I just kept making them like that forever. I just made those a few weeks ago and had them for breakfast all week. I kind of like it. Even though they're not pretty, they taste really good. We've also done bakery-style muffins. I think we've done those here on the show as well, where they come out with that big dome on top, and it's amazing, and they're beautiful, and it looks like how a muffin should look when you go buy it at the store. And I tried that recipe, the tricks for that recipe to get them to turn out bakery-style, on my pistachio muffin recipe, and it didn't work, and it made them gross. So I found a completely new pistachio muffin recipe. We're gonna try that here tonight. Dan, I need you to make the chat a little bit bigger. It's kind of small for my eyes, and I don't have my glasses on. No, the text. Yes, that. So this is a completely new recipe. This recipe has the sugar topping as well. Yes, there we go. But you put it on after. So we're going to bake these beautiful, hopefully, fingers crossed, these beautiful dome top muffins. And then we're going to brush them with melted butter and sprinkle. The recipe says to use regular sugar. I like the crunch of the sugar in the raw, so we're going to use that. We do have a couple of member super chats. Thank you so much, Sam, for supporting us for 51 whole months. You are amazing, and we appreciate you. She says, wahoo, 51 months. Any idea on my 3D printed stuff there, Danny boy?
Yes, we got the heads out. We started making the box for it, so...
I have been bugging him all week, hey, what's going on with this?
Yeah,
and
so I got the stuff out.
He has pieces, he's putting other pieces together, printing other pieces. It is in the works.
You'll get it for sure.
Blame Canada.
No.
No, we can't blame Canada anymore.
Blame Canada.
Blame Danada? We're gonna blame Danada. Chris is here! Chris, who has been a member for 54 months. Thank you so much, friend. Hope you're doing well. OMG, it's Friday night. Let's get friggin' baked. We're doing this thing. Hopefully we'll have better results than the last two shows, which were partial and complete failures. 3 shows? Oh, we've had a rough go at it. If you guys missed the surprise ending to last Friday's episode, where we made the banana cream cheese coffee cake, over the top, amazing recipe. We wrapped up the show, shut off the stream, and I turned around and the sour cream was on the counter behind me. But it had already been baking for half an hour. We ate it. There's still a couple slices in the fridge. We ate it all week. I brought it to my mom. She said it was fine. It was a little bit dry. It was definitely missing something, but if you didn't know better, you'd just think it was kind of a dry recipe. Sorry, my eye's leaking. Don't mind me. It's allergies. So yeah, that was a little bit of a fail. And then Saturday we were supposed to have our 5-year anniversary episode of Dantix, and we had computer issues. Although you guys did get, I think a total of 8 hours of streaming out of us between the 2 nights instead of our usual 2 hours a night. So it worked out in your favor if you're entertained by us, I guess. And then Wednesday we were supposed to do Mario Kart, and Nintendo was not cooperating. So tonight, we're turning it all around. We're having an amazing episode. I hope everybody is doing well. When is our debut episode of Blowing Chunks of Crystal? Oh my god, did you guys see the pizza-flavored Cinnamon Toast Crunch? This is going to be available on their website only on the 28th, which is Tuesday? I don't think I'm gonna get it. I don't know what to think about it. I love pizza. I love Cinnamon Toast Crunch. What are they doing? I need more information. Somebody, oh, Sam, I've been crying all episode. It's just leaking. This is my life. At least I'm not sneezing right now. I think it was Shannon who posted it. If you guys haven't seen it, it is on Facebook on the RFS fan page. I'm sure there aren't going to be many available. It's kind of a gag gift. I'm surprised they didn't save it for April Fool's Day. I don't know what they're doing, though. Is it just is it still Cinnamon Toast Crunch? Or is it just the Toast Crunch? And then they made it pizza flavor. Is it a snack and it just has that same crunch? Or is it still cinnamon? On pizza. I used to work with a guy who was really big into working out and stuff, and one of those people that ate to feed his body, not to eat things that tasted good. But he did season a little bit, and sometimes his lunches would be just like ground beef and rice, but he'd put cinnamon in the ground beef. So when he heated it up, it smelled like snacks, but it was ground beef. So I'm kind of wondering if it's going to be that sort of thing, where it's still cinnamony, but it's pizza-y. I don't want cinnamon on my pizza. Totino's Toast Crunch? Yeah, sort of. I don't know how I feel about that. Jess says, I actually need room temperature sour cream for a recipe I'm making. Don't leave it on the counter behind you. That's my advice. Liz is doing okay except for this virus she's fighting on prednisone and amoxicillin. Oh, I hope you feel better soon, friend. I'm sorry for that. I'm assuming it's pizza flavored wheat/rice squares. One would think so, right? Like, they can't make it cinnamony. Let me see if I can find the post. Oh, by the way, if you guys have not been on the RFS Fam Facebook page lately, please go over there and cast a vote for Cyber Husky's pups, Gilly Doo and Drizzle. They're in another contest, and if you guys remember, we got them to first place last time. She won the contest thanks to you guys. I'm sure she had friends and family voting as well, but we, the masses, went and helped her out. So if you are on Facebook, please go check that out. If there's a admin here who wants to get the link and post it here, you can do that as well, because I know not everybody is on Facebook. Yeah, it says Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Totino's Pizza flavor. So, I don't know. Let's see what their Instagram has to say.
Is Totino's General Mills? Are we sure? Totino's is barf.
Yeah, the quality has definitely declined. I don't know. Now it went away. Dang it. I clicked the wrong way because I don't know how to work social media. 1,000 lucky fans can score a free box. I did not see it was a free box. I will go check it out for sure on Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. So that's 4 o'clock our time. If it's free, I'll try it out. If I can get one, I will definitely try it out. Yeah, weird combination of flavors for sure. I mean, is it just Cinnamon Toast Crunch and they put like oregano on it? Is it really oregano? Nando wanted to know if it tasted like shrimp. That's, the hard-hitting questions. It does sound absolutely disgusting, but, for the views, right? I saw someone with Cinnamon Toast Crunch bacon the other day. Weird. Yes, that is a real thing. That came out a few months ago. I think it's like $7 or $8. Obviously, I don't eat bacon. The boys aren't really fans of bacon lately. Like, when we get our free meat from my work from the 4-H stuff, they're always like, don't get bacon. We don't want bacon. Oh, Brittany, you're amazing. I love you. You have earned your title again and again. There's the link to Facebook. Can you actually click on the link, though, for people who don't have Facebook? Because if you don't have Facebook and you click a Facebook link, I think you can't interact with it. So I'm sorry for requesting so much of you, but I appreciate you. You're amazing, and I love you. Can you click on the link from Facebook so it takes you externally, like out of Facebook, so someone can actually just click on the link and vote? You do have to sign up. You have to give them your information and stuff. I didn't put my phone number and it still let me do it. So just so you know, you don't have to put your phone number and get weird texts or whatever. They also give you the opportunity to enter the contest, although it did ask if I lived in Michigan, so it might be a local only thing. But, help our friend out. I think it was for a, bear with me, there's lots in my brain. I think it was for, she wins a photo shoot. Entertain yourselves. The winning pet will receive a $500 Firefly product credit towards new artwork from their recent photo shoot, or towards a new photo experience and bragging rights in perpetuity, forever and ever and ever. And those who take the time to enter and vote can also win a Firefly pet photography experience. And I know a lot of you are in Michigan and have pets, so you may be into that sort of thing. Auntie Ann says, I imagine it's more of a snack food like crackers without the cinnamon, but not cereal to eat. Gotta go searching. Yeah, I don't know if there's much information out there yet. We might have to wait until people actually get them. I think it said there's gonna be 1,000 of them. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna give it a shot. Hold on. Alexa, remind me Tuesday at 5. Oh, no. Alexa, stop. Hold on. Everyone's getting this reminder.
Is that 5 o'clock?
Alexa, stop. Alexa, remind me Tuesday at 3:55 to win Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Is that 3:55 in the morning or in the afternoon?
In the afternoon.
Okay, I'll create a reminder Tuesday at 3:55 p.m.
You had the waffle toast crunch before, right? I don't think so. There have been variations when we've tried them. I will say the one that was like filled absolutely disgusting. I ate one bowl of it. I think Dan tried it, and I took it to my friend who has small children, who I'm sure devoured it and didn't care that it was disgusting. I don't remember what that one was. It, like, filled something. They did a whole line of, like, multiple cereals with that. I also saw Eggo waffle and Rice Krispie Treats ice cream sandwiches. Yes, I did see that today. You know, I follow, like, all the snack food aficionados. That's where I find out about most of these delicious snacky things. So I did see all kinds of waffle things were going around. I'm going to go ahead and pin that, Brittany. But if you or somebody else can link to the actual page where you can vote, that would be helpful. Cyber Husky is here and says, hey friends, thanks for the shout out about the contest. You guys are so supportive. Absolutely. If you guys, any of you are ever in a contest, just message me with the details. Wilton, I don't know if you're here. You often post it. Did we ever find out if you won? Wilton, are you here? Wilton? Did it work? She said she doesn't find out until after the fact, like, I think hers is a photo contest to, like, win money off of her electric bill, which Lord knows we all need that in these days. In this economy. Oh, we have the following camera going on. I put my hand up. How do I... Let's see. There we go. I made it stop. Apparently I just have to stop sign. I'm Italian. I talk with my hands. I might turn it off again a lot. Yep, Molly, now you've got a reminder. You're in a whole nother country, though, aren't you? Still, try to win yourself some pizza toast crunch. I love dogs, but I have 3 cats. I'm all about it. Cats are much more calm, well, for the most part. And I don't have to take them outside to walk them. Marco! Marco's here. Hey, friends, I'm back. What's up? I hope you're doing well. Thank you, Cyber Husky. Sorry, Brittany, I'm going to unpin yours. No, now I have to wait for the message to go away. Cyber Husky, thank you. I'm going to pin that to the top. Once again, if you guys are just joining us, Cyber Husky's dogs are in a contest. So anyway, you do have to fill in your information and then click the drop down and choose, I think it's in the order of Drizzle and Gilly Do. Both of them together, click to vote for them, and that will help her out. Oh, Molly, maybe it's a different Molly that's not in the US. That sickness is bad. Oh, you had a sickness? What happened? Did you get that norovirus? Were you stuck in the bathroom? Or did you get the popular sickness? Beer Bug said the what was it, waffle toast crunch was thicker than toast crunch and had a maple flavor to them too. Interesting. I don't think I had that. I've had a couple variations, but I don't think I had that one in particular. Greg says, I can imagine the alarm going off at 4 a.m. Get cereal. Not gonna lie, we have done that before. We have mistakenly set alarms for the wrong time frame of 12 hours and then yell at it in the middle of the night from bed. What else is going on? But you'll be at work at that time. Yeah, but I can still enter contests at work. Don't count me out. I'll just be like, I gotta talk to the doctor because I got doctor things going on. Nobody's gonna argue. Doris has been dog sitting all week. Best friends, 2 dogs, and they're quite a handful. Whew. I imagine it's like dogs are babysitting some toddlers. Is it on par with that? That's what I imagine. I'd rather watch somebody's cats. I'm guessing the cereal is like the pizza Pringles. Okay, I can see that. Yeah, I just hope they don't have the cinnamon going on. But you won't hear, I won't hear the alert, but Dan will hear the alert, and then Dan will text me. We do that a lot, too. I'll tell Dan, set a reminder, and then he'll text me, don't forget to do this thing. Has Dan unscrewed his computer? I think so. Although right before we started, he said, my monitor won't come on. So there were some monitor issues, but it's on now. So far everything's working. He did live stream on Wednesday. Everything seemed to work fine. As far as I know, you'll have to wait till I think he hopped in the shower real quick. When he comes back, he can tell you more about what he did. I think he installed a bunch of drivers and did some technical things. And it worked fine. The problem we had on Wednesday was with Nintendo. I'm not really sure what it was because I was working on some stuff. Nintendo wouldn't let him create or have people join a room or something. But the streaming went fine. And then after that, he hopped on with John Carl for some iRacing and everything worked fine. So I think we're good, although there may be monitor issues. So I don't really know. I don't know. Shall I make some muffs? Let's do this. Once again, we are making pistachio muffins. We're trying an all-new recipe because I do have a tried and true pistachio muffin recipe that I love. But I want that big, beautiful bakery-style muffin. The pistachio muffins, I have to, give them to people with a warning of, look, they're not pretty, but I promise they're good, and there's not liquid inside. It's melted sugar. It's delicious. I promise. Eat it, and you'll love it. I do have a coworker who doesn't eat. His wife bakes a little here and there. Actually, she bakes a little, but she bakes beautifully. She makes, beautiful iced sugar cookies that are amazing and, rose gold frosting and stuff. But he tells me, like, you got any of those pistachio muffins? I really like those. He doesn't, like, eat too much of what I bake. He's got some stomach problems and some, like, trying to be healthy because, most people I work with are in their 50s and 60s. But he's always down for pistachio muffin. But I want to give out muffins that are beautiful. Hold on, Dan's texting me. Since the camera moves, can you shut the bedroom door, please? Eggplant peach. Yes, I can. Hold on. I wonder if he's watching us in there. Dan, are you watching me while you're naked in the shower right now? Please let me know in the chat if you're naked and wet right now. Inquiring minds want to know. So yes, I love the snacks that are beautiful that don't come with any sort of caveat. I did all my holiday baking this year, and I felt like nothing was really pretty except those beautiful Girl Scout copycat adventureful cookies, to the point where I'm thinking about just making those next year, because multiple people texted me and were like, hey, what's this cookie? Because this is really good. I might just do like multiple batches of that next year and ship those out. We do not need that mental image, Crystal. No? How about Brittany's mental image? She's naked in bed right now. Hot Brittany. Dan with embarrassed emoji. so you are watching. Who's naked? Wow, walk back into the room at an odd time. Dan texted me, we have the new camera that moves, and I talk with my hands, so there's a good chance I'll turn it on, and he's in the shower. And he asked me if I could, he texted me to ask if I could please close the bedroom door since the camera moves. Eggplant emoji, peach emoji. So, must be crowded in there with the barge and computer in the shower. No, that's all in front of me, silly. He's just in there with his phone. All right, shall we? I'm excited for this. I did preheat my oven, so no need to oven emoji me. I got this covered. So, if you guys remember when I made the bakery style muffins previously, and not all of these tricks are in here, but what it recommended, and the most important thing, is you start your oven at 425. You're going to cook them for, let me double check the time of what it says here, 7 minutes at 425, then you're going to turn it down to 350, but you don't open the oven, and you finish letting it bake. This allows the top layer of the muffin to, let's say, crisp up. It like cooks faster because it's hotter, so that stays crisp as the rest of the muffin rises underneath it. So that's what gives you that dome shape, is starting it at 425, then turning it to 350. This was the same trick that the previous recipe had, and it worked amazing. Is oven emoji a thing? Yes, Zulu Crafter, if you are a member, if you have pledged to give us $5 or $10 of your hard-earned money in this fragile economy these days, you have access to special emojis, one of which you can see there. Liquidium put it up there, and Hannah just put all the emojis. Those are all the ones you have access to. Those are special custom ones that we made. There's a Dan, there's a cartoony Crystal, there's a cartoony Terry. I really love Terry's. There's a Blakehead. There's several of the cats, which need to be updated soon. And there is a stop sign that says oven because of the amount of times that I had the recipe ready to go and turned around and hadn't turned on the oven. So, although everybody seemed to fail me last week on the sour cream that I left behind me, very often everybody reminds me to turn on the oven. So we made that an emoji so everybody can remember. But unfortunately, you do not have access to that because your name is not green. But don't worry, there are plenty of people here who will remind me to turn on the oven. The oven is currently at 425. It is ready to go. We're going to see if this works. So we're going to start out with, I need to melt some butter because we're going to beat sugar and melted butter in the oven together. Let me double check the quantity of that. This is going to be a half a cup of butter melted. Are all your ingredients in front of you? Yes, I even have the eggs and milk have to be at room temperature, and I'm like, the milk is going over here, but with the cats and stuff, and I had to hide it behind everything, but I did put that over here. Brittany says, sorry, I overslept last week. It's your fault. If you were here, you would have reminded me that there was sour cream behind me, like in full view of the camera. I think I even mentioned the sour cream's back there so the cats don't get it. You remember I kept saying, this batter is really thick, and I thought it was the bananas because my bananas were not ripe enough and I had to put them in the oven and some liquid was leaking out of them, and I thought, well, maybe too much liquid leaked out. I've made that recipe probably a dozen times. I know what the batter is supposed to be like, the consistency, and that was not it. Never did it occur to me. And if you guys remember, I called a timeout, an audible timeout, no fewer than 2 times last week, maybe even more, to double check my recipe because we were yapping and Dan was in here and blah, blah, blah. And I didn't want to get distracted because there are so many steps to that recipe and didn't think to check. Maybe I forgot something and that's why the batter's so thick. Doris says, OMG, Crystal, I was making something this week with eggs, and one cracked really weird, and I grabbed the yolk with my hand to try to stop it from hitting the counter. Ew, right? How nasty is that? This is not for you, buddy. How gross does a raw egg yolk feel in your hand? It's so gross. Now you know, and now you can back me up when Chris tries to make fun of me. Mooch, this is not for you, buddy. You stay back. No. There's just no telling him no. He says, I'm old and I do what I want.
You guys are awful, by the way.
Who?
You guys in the chat. All I was trying to do
Was watch me while you were naked.
Get out of here. Get out of here. I hate all that. Oh my god.
You don't. You love us all.
Get out of here.
I accidentally made the camera move because I talk with my hands a lot.
I turned it back off.
I turned it back off.
No, but now you can talk with your hands.
Oh, good. Thanks. But I remembered that it was Stop in the Name of Love, and I did it, and then it worked.
It was. I had preset views, but there's no cats there. There's no cats.
No, there were two
there.
cats like at attention
There's
right
no
before we
cats over
started.
there.
But...
There's no cats there. I had all the cat presets set up.
Hi, Moochers.
Okay. Have you seen Jess yet?
She was here earlier.
Okay.
You're going to beat the melted butter and sugar in the oven? No, in the... Did I... Look. Look.
Dime. Or dime. I said, why does our Spanish book say dime on the front of it? I already got an F. Like...
Absolutely.
It said, why is it dime? Why do we need to...
Mine said, ¿Cómo se dice?
Mine said, dime. But I was like, why are we talking about American money? Whatever.
No freaking sour cream. There's no sour cream in this recipe. We're good. And I've got the milk coming to room temperature on the counter here. I'm not gonna forget anything.
Jess is here. Okay, good.
I have been heavily preoccupied in my brain this week to the point where you guys know my boss is 84 years old and I'm basically like his backup. I gotta remember everything. I'm his hard drive. And he's constantly asking me things and I'm just Johnny on the spot with like, oh yeah, that's this and that's this. There were no fewer than 3 times this week that he looked at me and just laughed because I made a Joe-style mistake, like something he should have done. He couldn't find these set of calcs. And I'm like, oh, it's under the C's. Like, I filed it under the last name. He's like, I looked, it's not in there. And I went in there and I was like, oh, that's because I filed it under the guy's first name and it's under the H's. That's not a mistake I make. That, like, I file things constantly for him. Not once have I ever done that. This time I did that. If I said I was going to beat him in the oven, I don't doubt that at all, but it's actually going to go in my brand new KitchenAid mixer. Thanks, Ma. Oh, you can't tell Mooch not to jump on the counter. Please doesn't work with him.
No, Skeletor does what he wants.
You call him Skeletor? Words, yeah, no, Look, I'm operating at like 60% at best right now. That's all you get from me. Did you win? Are you approved with lots of O's?
No.
You look squeaky clean, Kathy says.
Oh. I can't color correct, and I took a stab at color correcting instead of staying in my lane.
And you confirmed that you cannot color
It's
correct?
beautiful. The color correcting is so cool. It's got all those wheels with colors, and I'm like, maybe this is okay. It looks different on that monitor, my phone. But we'll see if I can impress the boss lady.
And you did not?
And she's like, oh, what's rotten here? Oh, what is that smell? Is that bad color correction? It's gone bad. The color's gone bad. I'm like, she's 2 seconds in. So I uploaded it to her with no overlays because like there's a bunch of overlays and she's color correcting it and sending it back. So after this, I can put back the overlays and send it back. It looked Reddit was odd. That was the only thing that was changed a tiny bit, like by 0.02 was the percent of red, I guess, and that's what you sniffed out. So good job. Good job. Yeah, so anyway, so it'll come back and then I'll put the overlays on and then I'll send, and then she'll get it and then I'll send her that emoji with the 2 like arms that are buff, like high-fiving like teamwork, and then you guys will watch it tomorrow morning. Hooray. So there you go. That's what I was doing when the thing was starting. I was uploading and stuff.
After you were stressing out this morning because you were like, I don't have a video to edit.
It didn't exist. It didn't exist, and the idea didn't exist. Like
well, way to go, Jess, for pulling it out. Way to go, Dan, for editing.
The idea had its own big bang, existed, happened.
She said, this is called last minute work with Gone to the Snow Dogs. I feel you, friend.
Yes, so that happened, this afternoon. So between the time you left for lunch at the 2 o'clock hour till when we were starting right now, and I'm uploading in my pajamas, and I didn't get to take a shower, and here you go.
Aren't you still in your pajamas?
New pajamas.
Oh.
This is all for you guys to have fun tomorrow morning by the time I wake up. Also, we gotta do it again because there ain't no video for Sunday.
Oh, you got this.
Okay, anyway, sorry. Like, this is real work.
Oh, and what is this? I'm just over here herf. Don't mind me.
Like the Swedish chef? Okay, that's not what I meant. I'm like...
That's what you said.
Okay, let me rephrase. Look, everybody, I do real work too. I asked Blake one day, I said, Blake, what do you think, like, when you look at me, like, do I look unemployed to you? And he's like, yeah.
Well, joke's on him, because you make more than I do. And I suffer through idiots and a-holes all day long, so... Congratulations! Shannon is currently eating a guava and cream cheese donut, and it's amazing.
What?
I am so happy for you because not this last time Dan went to Vegas, but the time before that, he went to Pink Box and he got me a guava donut. Like, he tells me, like, look at their website and figure out what you want and let me know. And I requested a guava donut, and I was so excited for it. And I swear to you, I've never tasted toilet water, but I'm pretty sure that guava donut tasted like toilet water.
Apparently
and I like
that's
guava.
my thing, because I liked it.
You like toilet water.
Are we hurrying, or do you want dumb stories?
I'm in the middle of a dumb story.
Okay, no, I
like
There's a
guava.
line for dumb stories.
My coworker
Okay.
that I was talking about, whose wife bakes, she makes guava. Is it empanadas? Is it called an empanada when it's not like meat stuff? I was so excited for it. She didn't take the seeds out. So the whole thing is just like, and you can't chew a guava seed. I don't know if you've ever had the opportunity to have a guava seed in your mouth. They're tiny and you cannot chew them.
It's like pomegranate?
No, they're tiny. They're
like the black dot seeds.
like sesame seeds.
Yes.
They look like sesame seeds pretty much.
Where did you have a
And
good
you can't-
experience with guava that you were like excited of guava?
You know, I
Isn't
can't
that-
tell you.
Isn't that when you get a burn and
So-
I'm like, oh, this sucks, and then I rub my guava on it? And
No,
I'm
that's
like,
aloe vera. That's
what's a
different.
guava arm? Oh, okay, okay.
So her
what?
guava empanadas taste good, but you can't chew a guava seed. So then you're just like getting them stuck in your teeth and like trying to pop them out of like the top of your teeth and in between your teeth and stuff. They're completely inedible. And I felt bad because like, yeah, I want some. You got some snacks? Heck yeah, I want your snacks. Bring it on. And I tried to eat one and I couldn't. And then I brought it home to Dan and he couldn't eat it either. Also, one time she made zucchini bread and it tasted like grass. So after that, when he offers me stuff, I'm like, oh no, thanks, I'm good. And he's like, oh, you're too good to eat anybody else's snacks? And I'm like, look, I gotta be real with you. Why don't you take the damn seeds out of it? Because who wants the seeds in it? You can't eat the seeds. Also, why does your zucchini bread taste like grass? Zulu Crafter has a couple bananas she needs to use in something. Maybe I'll make banana muffins again. I think we have more frozen bananas in the freezer. Can you give me more information about freezing bananas? Because I have tried it and it has never worked for me. They always turn into just black goo. And I've tried various ways. You know, people tell you on the internet all the different ways to do it. Leave it in the peel and just stick it in there and peel it when you're done. Peel it and then do it. Mash it and then do it. I don't know.
We don't need to freeze bananas because we have 3 different stores that each own different bananas in different stasis.
Different levels of ripeness.
Do you want to make banana bread?
no,
do you want to have a smoothie? Or do you want to have next year's bananas from Aldi, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Green is the pistachio box.
They are never... What?
Green is this pistachio box. The Aldi bananas.
Oh, as
Yes,
green as.
Green is the
yes.
pistachio box.
Yes,
so I'll get
absolutely.
you any one you want.
But if you want banana bread, they're still not ripe enough for that. You still have, like, it should be almost completely black on the outside, but not like liquid falling out of it.
Ew.
Jess and Doris both say leave them in the peels and then use them to make banana bread. Maybe I just had a bad batch. I don't know.
I learned
When I tried it, it didn't work.
I learned recently they have to kind of go rotten because then all the water goes out of it and you're left with a higher sugar content or opposite.
No, higher sugar content.
Because I never understood why, and then a picture with a video showed me, not words, it showed me why, and I'm like, oh my god, that makes so much sense.
Absolutely.
Well, hey, will I turn to sugar when I go rotten?
No.
Okay.
Wilhelmina wants to know if the seeds are poisonous. No, they're not poisonous.
No.
They're just, you can't chew them. They're not chewable. It's not that they're not edible, they're not chewable. You cannot bite into them. Did you take the mouse? I think you took it away and I can't do anything. Dan is right. I have 0 cooking video for Sunday. So tomorrow's panic day number 2 for this week. Congratulations.
Panic day number 2 for this week. Panic day, what day are we on? 24. Panic day 20 of 24 for the year.
Nice. Zulu Crafter says, I don't think we ever had issues with frozen bananas. I think we usually peel them before we freeze the bananas. See, that didn't work for me. I don't know. Leave in the peel and together, or put plastic wrap on the stem. I think that's supposed to make them last longer, putting plastic wrap on the stem, right? Not ripen them faster? I don't know. I'm done. Look, I eat a banana every day. Well, like half a banana, because Dan eats the other half of my smoothie. But it's fine. I'm not the biggest fan of banana bread.
I do. I love it.
I like zucchini bread way better.
Okay,
I see.
Zucchini bread with nuts in it is fine. I love this. I feel like I'm a Muppet today. Hey,
Adele
guys.
says she makes chocolate chip zucchini banana muffins. Interesting. Because I feel like zucchini bread almost tastes like banana bread to me a little bit. I wonder what they taste like together. I've never tried that. Can you send me that recipe? I'm going to have to do some math, but can you send me that recipe? I never thought to put chocolate chips in it either. We do put walnuts in the zucchini bread, but I never thought to put chocolate chips in it. You know, I eat enough chocolate anyway.
Where's my phone?
Cyber Husky found out this week that she does not need surgery on her knees yet. We're going to try a few other things first. Well, congratulations. Jess wants to make donuts, but she doesn't know if she can. Real ones, deep fried ones. Ooh, bites nails. Let me know how it works if you try it. I would love to see that. Well, I guess I can watch your video, because if you're going to make it, you're going to film it.
So tomorrow we have to get Crystal. So tomorrow Jess has to do she has a deep fryer, like a really nice one, but she has to do everything it takes to go get donuts and make the donuts. That's the easy.
And hope that it's successful, because it's time crunch for the video that is due the next day.
But okay, going to the store, grabbing the stuff, coming home, making the donuts, that's the easy part. The hard part is the will. Before we even get to the easy part, the will. I get it. Yes, but maybe we should make some donuts. Who thinks Jess should have donuts ready by Sunday with no pressure, but a lot of pressure?
Adele says, bananas just go black in the freezer, but they're still good. I peel and freeze them in a container so I don't have to peel them when they're gross and mushy, and then I defrost them in my mixer bowl. See, I tried all that, but it doesn't, they don't come out right. They come out like bad. I don't know what I'm over it. I'm done.
Can I ask Adele a side question that she could just answer? We can go on.
You can.
In Australia, do you guys grow your own bananas there, or is that an import fruit? Like, do you have to get bananas from I
don't think you can grow
jungle?
Bananas because they're genetically engineered. Bananas don't have seeds.
But there's no jungle in Australia. Where are you gonna get bananas from?
All bananas are spliced off of other banana trees.
Get in here. Hi, have you ever seen a banana in Australia? Or have you ever seen
I've never been to Australia.
in Australian Survivor eat a banana or talk about a banana? You know what they talk about? Chicken parm. That's what grows on trees there.
They love their chicken parm.
Do they grow bananas? There's no jungle. How do they grow bananas? That's all. I'm just curious. Bye.
I don't know.
Bye, everybody.
Adele made them for the first time today, and the kids are currently eating them, saying they're delicious.
Maybe that's why she freezes them. It's because...
Oh my god, you guys are eating amazing things. BRM Bug's eating an almond cream-filled croissant. Oh, we got croissants from Costco, and I made an egg sandwich on one last night for dinner, and it was so good. Now, Hannah says, you know why I don't watch other live streamers? Because if the ones I watch happen to go live at the same time, I have a crisis. Yeah, you should unsubscribe from everybody but us. I guess you can watch Jess, too. She never goes live at the same time as us. Stay subscribed to us and to Jess. All of Jess's channels. Other than that, unsubscribe.
Did you have multiple monitors? Put us on multiple monitors. Also, you should load back up Baldur's Gate 3. The mod system in-game is amazing. Okay, goodbye.
Adele says, nar. We grow them, mostly in Queensland where it's more tropical weather. Is that how you say no? Nar?
Is Queensland? I imagine Queensland is you know how when we watched Alice, the IRL movie, not the cartoon?
Yes.
You know how she got to the Queens area where it went from
No.
the weird area and it was just green grass and stuff like that? You know how and they grow every fruit there, kind of like when you start Animal Crossing and you have all the trees, maybe that's where it comes from.
John, who I believe is also Australian, says, Dan, the whole top of Australia is subtropical jungle.
Never once have they showed us that.
No, look, nobody teaches us about Australia. We just watch...
Have you ever seen a subtropical jungle ever in Australia? Is this the first time? Oh, wait.
To me, Australia is just all a barren desert,
smart.
and then
you graduated early. Did you ever hear about this until right this second?
No. In my mind, Australia is all barren desert. In Spaceballs, when they're raking it with, is it a comb?
Right.
When they're raking it all looks like that, and then if you drive far enough, you get to Perth, and it's that weird city in the middle of nothing, and then you drive the other direction for 5 days, and then you get to something else.
Hi, camera. Oh, it didn't come to me. Yeah. Okay. So I was trying to get the camera to come meet. So yeah. So no bananas.
No, apparently there are bananas. The whole top of Australia is a subtropical jungle.
You guys just installed that recently.
Coco May wants to know how the slushies were. Meh.
Okay, wait. We do have a caveat. Caveat.
Get into it.
Okay.
So we made it, and we used pineapple soda. Oh, sorry, Mooch. And it, like, separated. Like, some of it was slushy, but there was still a lot of liquid in there. So Blake went and looked up, like, what makes that happen? And it says the sugar content is too high. He said he made it with, what was it, blackberry ginger ale?
I think it was blackberry diet, maybe, that had, like, less sugar or something.
Maybe diet's the way to go. And he said they turned out perfect. He also made mimosas for his mom, and he said they turned out perfect. So we just didn't have good stuff to make it with, I guess. I'm not impressed. I'm not getting a Ninja Slushie.
We would have to try it again. We didn't give it a good go. But the part that did come out tasted good to my mouth.
It was alright. Yeah, I wasn't mad at it. Adele says she's also seen people with banana palms in their backyard in South Australia, too. So
She's just saying that.
imagine just having a banana tree in your backyard.
No, you have to have one for 80 years before it makes a banana.
I would rather have an avocado tree. I would be so happy if I have an avocado.
My grandma had
avocado tree.
My grandma had the biggest avocados on her avocado tree down in LA. They were so huge, and I didn't understand the market price on avocado,
It was probably cheaper back then.
especially in
anyway.
LA.
Uncle Yukon says you need to watch Crocodile Dundee 1 and 2, and you'll see what Aussieland looks like.
Excuse me, I have watched all 3 of them, even when Paul Hogan tried to come back to be lost in LA. It was bad.
Dr.
It was
Song
bad.
says, imagine lacking geographic education here in the States, right? Like, we're the only ones that matter. Here's the problem, and I know Australia is huge as well. The United States is huge, and there's a lot to learn about it. And they spend a lot of time teaching us about the states and their capitals and all that stuff, and...
They could have taught me in class about bananas versus Australia. I was absent that day.
It's only sugar in there, but like,
You know, maybe
promise
it
you don't
was.
want.
Okay, I'm distracting you from making the most.
Is there any such thing as baked donuts instead of the fried ones? Absolutely. I have a Wilton donut pan, and I make baked donuts. Cake donuts, like the round ones with the frosting and the sprinkles, those are baked donuts. Well, they might fry them at the donut place.
They're
but
cake circles.
Yeah, it's basically a circle of cake, and then you can put frosting. We made them on the show here before, but yeah, absolutely. There's baked donuts. I do not fry donuts. I haven't in a long time, probably since we made them on the show.
Why don't we try
but
those so they can taste like donuts? We suck at frying.
I don't like to fry. If your oil is not up to temperature, then the oil soaks into what you're frying, and I just
For some reason,
and it makes a mess, and it spits out everywhere, and I get
suck
burned,
at it.
and it's all over my kitchen. I don't enjoy it. Look, I know there's a way to do it. I know I could learn how to do it well. I don't care to. Like, I do not enjoy frying things, and I don't like fried things enough to spend the time or get the proper machine for it. It's just,
I do. I don't want the proper machine. I want to go buy it.
yes.
I think, Jess, you need to show us and fry some donuts for Sunday, because that's easy. We can do it. We can edit it real quick, and we can have it done for Sunday.
Yes. Nicole wants to know if there are any fires near us. No, but yes. There was a new one that broke out yesterday or the day before.
It was a couple days ago now.
That was still west of us, but like over the first mountain range. So wind's still blowing that way. So we're
Maybe.
still good in the clear. We're not even smoky here.
Maybe a photo.
But yes, there was a fire like over that mountain range.
Block it so you can see. You can kind of see the. Come on. We're still working out the kinks.
Lower. There you go.
But you can kind of see, even though it's blurry, you can see the smoke over the ridge there.
And that's the first out of all the fires that we've been able to see smoke from it.
There you go. The wind is blowing the wind is blowing the opposite way. So it's blowing with it, like pushing it towards. Apparently, on the other side of that smoke is Magic Mountain.
Yes.
It's going that way. So
Their command center was at Magic Mountain.
at Magic Mountain. So it's
Yes.
going that way, even though all our lives the wind blows this way. But since all these crazy fires have happened, the wind is blowing.
Like right before the fire started,
of
the
town
wind started,
for
and it
some
does
weird-
happen occasionally. But this
But,
is
like,
like the longest
barely.
period of time it's been blowing the wrong way.
That's what I was telling Jess. I'm like, shouldn't it go back to normal soon?
Yeah, 'cause usually it's
But
only a day or two, and then it goes back,
It's just
so.
that way, so we're okay. But like, we could see it. Yeah.
All right, so from our Australian friends, Adele says Queensland grows 94% of our bananas, but they are also grown in friend. Let's see if I know the Australian
Grab your tongue when you say it.
abbreviations. NSW, is that New South Wales? Is that a thing? NT, what is NT?
Can I see? It's blurry.
We're trying to figure out the abbreviations for do you call them states? Are they states or territories? NT, what is NT? I think WA is Western Australia. Yeah, is
Northern
that right?
Territories in Western Australia.
Tell me if we're right.
Northern Territories.
I don't know. They don't teach us. You guys only have like 7, right? We don't know.
Jess, you can get yeast at Aldi.
You can, and it works quite well.
Wait, there's 2 yeast packages that you can get one at Aldi.
There are. John says, Crystal, the center of Australia is dry, hot, and nasty. Think the original Mad Max movies. That's my visual, absolutely. No CGI in the originals. The top northern part is tropical. The southern part is Mediterranean. Like
the spicy food with the shrimp?
Like falafel?
All right.
Gyros?
Yeah, we just don't see that. Mad Max never had a banana.
Oh, look. Were we right? Northern Territory and Western Australia. Nice. And New South Wales, yes.
Just you got it from
look, see, we do know things. We learned it from Dantix. Is the big fire still going? Last I saw, it was like 68% contained, and it's no longer threatening homes from what I heard. So it's like, they have 68% of it that is no longer moving. Like, they have stopped it from moving. The other 32% is still moving, but towards like vegetation, not homes.
Like it's winding down because they didn't interrupt Ricky Lake to go to it. So it's.
Oh, why you gotta say that? She lost her home in the fire.
Did she really?
She did.
Oh my god!
What? Oh, she had a beautiful.
Okay, can I rephrase? They didn't interrupt Richard Bay to go to.
Also not a thing anymore. Okay. Ricky Lake, not only was her home beautiful on the inside, the outside was like a tropical paradise. I went down the Ricky Lake Instagram rabbit hole because she came up in my algorithm, and I'm like, what's she up to these days? She looks amazing, by the way. Hair is 100% gray, and she just looks beautiful, and I love her. But her poor, beautiful, like, tropical paradise outside of her house is just destroyed, and it's so sad.
But we're okay.
Yes, we are not in any sort of danger at all.
I did keep 9 cat carriers.
Hilo the Husky says, there's a huge fire by me. Yes, one broke out in the San Diego area. Is it threatening homes? How in danger are you? Let's see. I'm in the south, and I wouldn't describe it as Mediterranean, but sure. Can you get falafel? And we call them states, except NT and ACT are territories. ACT. I have no idea what ACT is. Northern Territory, so it's going to be AC Territory. Australian Crikey Territory. Australian Crikey Territory. I got it.
I vote common.
Ooh, Liquidium got some froyo. Australian Capital Territory. I was so close. So close. I'm going to call it Crikey forever. Can we make some muffins? It's 6:47. Let's get this in here. So we are going to add, now at least our butter's cooled down now. It is still melted. So we're going to add our... we have 3/4 cup sugar and a stick of melted butter, 1/2 cup, and we're gonna beat this for 2 minutes until it's light in color and creamy. Let me stick this in here and we can talk for 2 more minutes. Which is finally settled. Or as we call it, the butthole of NSW. That's kind of funny. The Border 2 fire is near me as well. As long as the winds don't change where I am, I'm safe right now. Well, I'm glad to hear that, and I hope it stays that way. Linda Roberts is here. Made it. Technical issues. Do we hear a box? Is it from Linda Roberts? Linda, Dan went to the post office. We got a box from you. We'll open that in a little bit.
I can tell.
Huh? You did what? Okay, well, I'm letting you know again. Alright, 2 minutes. We'll let that go. Oh, cauliflower tomato. I don't know what that means. The fire here is over 6,000 acres, pushing 7,000 soon. That's big. It's a lot of California burning down. NT is military. Yes, Adele confirmed that for us. But thank you. Thank you for looking it up. And now you know. So you are this much smarter than everybody else who never learned anything about Australia, because they don't teach us that stuff. We learn a lot about, like, American history, not a lot about anywhere else's history. We learn American geography, and that's about it. They like teach us some of the countries, but like there's like 180-something countries. How many Americans learned all the countries? How many of you guys could name like more than the basic ones? Like when you watch Jeopardy, you realize how stupid you are and you don't know that these things are even countries.
Unless you watch Animaniacs.
Does Animaniacs teach you all the countries?
I thought they did, but then I was like, oh no, education, and I put my hand in my eyes.
Liquidium says, next antics, Aussie version. We have done Australian categories, and none of us do very well. That's where our Australian friends shine. We like to do that for you guys. Next antics, by the way, tomorrow we will finally be having our 5-year anniversary episode, which was actually, was it Monday? You texted me and told me Dan, was it Monday you texted me and said it was actually 5 years? Did you just lick your hand and wipe your hair back? Not at all. Not even a little bit. We've noticed you don't learn much about us. Social media has shown some massive holes in your education. Absolutely. We really like to focus on the wars that we won. That's mostly what we talk about, and who did the what. Like, you learn the absolute minutia about, like, each battle in every, like, the Civil War and every battle that happened. I remember, like, doing stuff with Blake and just being like, gosh, why are we nitpicking this war so much and learning about all this stuff? But like, there's a whole world out there. They really need to rework that. When I listen to the Beautiful Anonymous podcast, one of the bonus questions that comes up at the end for, like, the subscribers is, if you could change anything about the American education system, what would it be? And obviously, it's money. Teachers should all be paid more. But aside from the basic, obvious answer, like, can we expand our knowledge? Can we learn a little bit more about, like, people in the world? I remember in, like, 4th grade, we all had to pick a country and, like, pick a recipe and make a recipe. But we never, like, learned about the country. We just, like, made a recipe from the country.
We did. I had Greece, and I made some, we brought some baklava, and people were happy.
I bet. I made pulsa kielbasa.
Yeah.
When I still ate meat, yes. Did you have something to say? You came over here like you wanted to?
No, you got all the ingredients this time?
We'll find out. Oh, I'm glad you got it. I don't know if it's live stream worthy. It's just a few things, and I wanted to send new cars for Hot Wheel racing. We'll still open it on a live stream if you're okay with that. John says, Crystal, trust me, Australia isn't much better. I certainly never learned much about anywhere else but Australia in school, and at least half of that was bull. Yeah.
Well, at least if you want to learn now, there's a billion documentaries online.
Ah, Katie's here. Hi, Katie. We haven't seen you in forever. I hope you're doing well. We missed having you here. Do you all have an evacuation plan and which cat you get first?
Yeah, we got...
Which would be the hardest to catch?
It would have been Kitty.
Absolutely, Kitty would have been the hardest.
Kitty that we worried about.
Everybody else should be easy enough to catch. It did get, nothing was very close to us, but seeing so much devastation and how many houses burned, like, this was literally one of the biggest fires in American history, I think, ever. Dan did panic buy 9 cat carriers, although we pulled one out last night. I'm like, Precious and Topo might not fit in these, so a couple of them might be going back, but Advance says, get Mooch first. We definitely, like, we have a cat carrier for when we have to take them to the vet. One time, if you guys remember, I had to take all the cats to the vet at once. I think it was when Topo had ear mites, and they're like, oh yeah, everybody's gonna get those. You gotta bring them all in so we can weigh them and give everybody the medication for it.
I was gone, I was camping.
I think that's what it was. Was it the ear mites?
Maybe I was camping.
You were with Jess, yes. I had to enlist Blake to help me, but luckily it was at the vet in Palmdale. I stopped by my mom's house. I got her big dog crate and her small cat carrier, and I think Blake had a cat carrier too. And I'm like, get in the car! And I had to get my mom's SUV so I could put all the cat carriers in the car. Because my mom was also in Chicago when that happened. You guys were both out of town at the same time. I swung by and picked up Blake, made him come over here. We loaded all 6 at the time cats up and took them all to the vet at once. So yeah, realizing that, like, crap, like, we can't get all the cats out of here if we have to, made us panic buy all the cat carriers. Lee's cat Calypso would be a nightmare to catch in the event of emergency. She does not like to be held at all. Most of our girl cats don't like to be held, but you could pick them up and throw them in a crate if you needed to. Kitty, when we had to do all that, Kitty at the time wasn't hiding in our bedroom like you guys always saw. She used to hide in Blake's bedroom under the bed, and she would only come out at night. Like, we would set up the night vision camera so we could see her at night. We had to fight to get her out from under the bed, and we finally got her out and put her in the crate. She pissed all over herself. But as usual, we took her to the vet and we opened the crate and she was just like, I'm fine, I'm just covered in pee. And she was absolutely normal. Better have them and not need them. Absolutely, and that's what I thought. Dan's like, I don't know if these are the best thing, and it definitely was not cheap to get 9 cat carriers, but I'd really rather have them and not need them. That's an investment worth, like, wasting the money because you never need them. Absolutely. But at some point I'm going to look and see if there's something a little bit bigger, get some measurements, because Topo and Precious are huge, and I don't think... We put Mooch in it, because, like, oh, he's easy, just stick him in here. And he was definitely taller, like, sitting up than the crate, so I, like, mushed him down a little bit and zipped it up. And it worked, but, in an emergency, get your butt in there, who cares, at least you're not going to burn up. But yeah, it's we need some bigger ones. If you guys have to evacuate, I will come help. I think if we get evacuation orders, it might take you too long to get here, but thank you. Appreciate it. We'll just call David and Marco, and who else is close?
Isn't he sick?
Yeah. He was here, though. All right, shall we? I've got my butter and my sugar. I mixed it for, a while. It's light and creamy. We're going to add in eggs, vanilla extract, and almond extract. I got my eggs. They've been coming to room temperature for like an hour and a half now, so we're good. Adele says she learned heaps. That's a word we don't use in America very often. Did you steal my paper towels? You did. She learned heaps about the world in school. As an educator, I can say that obviously local history is always going to be a priority, but we do touch on the world a lot in geography. I don't expect that in other countries you're going to learn, you don't need to know the state capitals. I don't expect Australians to even learn all 50 of our states, but, you guys have, 7, right? We couldn't even touch on the 7? At all? I have no idea about, territories or any of that. Even Canada, our neighbors to the north, no idea. I've learned more from Dantix than I did in school. Hold on, I gotta get this membrane out because that grosses me out. Nobody wants that in their muff.
You can come dump it in the trash.
I'm gonna dump this in the sink first. You could just tuck Mooch into your bra while picking up the other cats and he'd be good. Mooch is the cat that, when we take him to the vet, anytime you take a cat to the vet and they gotta, take the cat to the back, you put the cat back in the crate. Not Mooch. I'm, holding him like a baby, and I'm here, he likes to be held like a baby, and they just carry him to the back. He's an easy one. I can definitely just carry him. Although he does get scared. Back in the day when he used to go outside on the regular, if you, Mooch is outside with me, but I'm gonna open the car door real quick. To grab something out of the car, he would freak out at the car. What's up? Did you text me that? What's happening? Last time I got it, it was sweet and not good. You can if you want. I want my leftover nachos for dinner. I'm eating leftover nachos.
Alright, that's fine.
We have 8. See, I don't even know. 6 states and 2 territories. See, Okay, so we're gonna add the eggs. And a teaspoon each of vanilla and almond extract. Oh, Dan must have put these away last. They're just thrown in here. Griffin is scared of rain and thunder. Shadow and Little Bit are impossible to see in the dark, so each a different set of problems. Yeah. Baxter, Roxy, Mama Cat, Rizzo, and Precious all do not want to be held at all. So that would definitely be, a scruffing situation. Let's just go, get in there. For the record, the almond extract really makes a difference, and it complements the pistachio flavor so well. Do not skip the almond extract. If you gotta, oh, the monitor went off. If you gotta skip an extract, skip the vanilla. If you don't have it, that's fine. It went off again. Carrier for MJ? Oh, yeah, my hand. Let's go. Although she does tend to pee when you pick her up. She's not a problem. I'll stick her in a box. Whatever. Not too worried about her. She's easy to move around. She's not really a runner. She's a turtle. Almond extract smells so good. Why do I have such issues with this? Are we good? Okay.
Hey, what do you think about Jess's Lindor chocolate with that back?
Oh yeah, hey Jess, thanks for leaving these in Dan's car. Jess left raspberry cheesecake white chocolate Lindor truffles in Dan's car, and there are 2 left. So I'm eating the heck out of them.
Were they good?
They are good. They do not beat the pistachio ones you brought back from when you went to the amazing
I've been looking for the
Lindor truffle place.
In Canada?
Was that where it was?
Yeah, I think it was in Canada.
Those were my favorite, I think. But yeah, these are definitely good. I like the size and texture of them.
Right.
They feel good to eat.
They do.
She says they do not beat the pistachio ones, but they were good. Pistachio is just such a good flavor. Lately I've been thinking, can we turn up the Solvang soon? Because I really want those pistachio almond snacks from that one little bakery there.
What were the snacks? What was it? There were squares, huh?
Yes, it was like a square, and it was pistachio and almond and chocolate, I think, and That's like the only place. It's a bakery, and they like make them there, and that's the only place you can get them. And
Right.
they're so amazing. And can we make the like 3-hour drive to Solvang soon?
Yeah, sure, we can do that.
Thanks.
We can stream that. That'd be a fun.
Katie says the Mall of America has a Lindor store, and we got so many, and they were so good.
I just have baskets of them, and all the ladies in there dancing around like they work at the Lindor store.
All right, so now you beat that just to combine, which I did, and we're gonna sprinkle in the pistachio pudding and pour in the milk, which has been coming to room temperature for an hour and a half now. Don't spill it. Don't let Mooch know.
At least you didn't miss it this time.
At least I didn't miss it.
It was on its way to sour cream.
Scott says I haven't been to Solvang in a couple of years. Tell me when you're going and I'll meet you there. That would be fun.
Mm-hmm.
I went with some friends. It might have been vlogged, or we at least talked about it. I went with some friends. We stayed in Santa Barbara and then drove up to Solvang the next day. And we were waiting in line for the Able Skeevers. And I was like next in line, and they were like, "Sorry, ma'am, we're closed."
That's right.
And I was
remember that.
so disappointed.
That was not
so.
the
Literally, like the next weekend, we drove up there. I was like, "Dan, I really wanted Able Skeevers," and that's when I first got the pistachio almond snacks because I like had to get something like snacky.
Did you camp out like Black Friday?
For the Able
Yeah, so you
Skeevers?
made sure you weren't.
We went there like first, like we went earlier in the day.
I think
there
this
were
thumbnail was
four
unique,
of us, and everybody wanted to like do different things. And then by the time we got over there, like it was just too late. So now I've learned my lesson. Like they will shut down. They don't care if you're still in line. They're done for the day. So yeah, we drove up 3 hours the next weekend so I could go get my Able Skeevers.
That was fun. That is a video. Also, remember last week's video of CES for Members First? It is now public.
Yay! Hannah says, "Tell her when you're coming to Kansas, and she'll meet us there." Absolutely, I will let you know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, when you get the pistachio pudding mix wet, it turns like neon green. If you wanted to, you could add green food coloring to this like they do in the grocery store pistachio muffins. They're plenty green without it. I'll show you guys in a minute. Once you bake them, they're not really that green.
So that's the deal. They add a bunch of the green coloring.
They do add green food coloring. My other recipe says to add green food coloring, but I don't think that that's really necessary. I gotta mix this up a little more, but I mean, that's green. That's pretty darn green. That's from the pudding.
Well, so it's got its own green color.
Yes. Dan, Mooch knows that you have it blacked out again and then came back. Mooch knows you have chicken.
Well, my screen did?
Yeah. Katie says, "OMG, by the way, it was negative 20 the other day and thought of you guys while we were chilling in like 60-something degree weather." I think today was 66.
It gets cold at night and in the morning.
It was 22 this morning when I got out of bed and checked. I have to check in the morning to see what the weather's going to be to see if I'm going to wear a zip up that I can take off later or a pullover that I'm going to keep on all day. And it's 22. Like the last few days, it's been 22 to 25, probably all week, in the morning when I'm up at 7 in the morning. 7-ish.
Crystal also has an electric blanket at her desk.
I have an electric blanket on my bed, I have an electric blanket on the couch, and I have another electric blanket that I bring to work and put over my lap all day. I live under an electric blanket. I'm officially an old lady. My lap is always cold, and I must make it warm. Alright, so this is all nice and mixed up. It doesn't say to do it, but we all know mixing the dry ingredients is better so you don't get a pocket of baking powder or salt or something. So let me grab a bowl and we'll mix our dry ingredients. Mooch is standing below you. He doesn't care about my ingredients anymore. He just wants yours. Alright, so we're going to do flour, baking powder, and salt. Oh, Brittany linked into the Able Skeevers vlog. Thank
That
you,
was a fun
Brittany.
one too. That was a long time ago.
Okay, this is 1 3/4 cup. My flour is extra super full today because Dan went to Costco yesterday and got me my 25-pound bag of flour and my 10-pound bag of sugar.
Almost a 25-pound bag of sugar.
Yeah, don't do that. I don't need that much sugar. I think I still had sugar left over from the last time. No, I had flour left over. But in about the same amount of time, I will go through a 25-pound bag of flour and a 10-pound bag of sugar, and it's much cheaper than buying like the smaller bags at the store. So
what's flour made out of?
It
wheat?
was time to re-up. What's that?
What's flour made out of? Wheat. Like do they grow like a grain and they like smash it into flour?
Something like that. Look, man, I'm not an episode of How
Oh,
It's
okay,
Made.
my bad. I didn't mean to throw you up
I
against the Jeopardy wall here.
I don't really pay attention to that. All right, 1, 2. Don't make me have to remeasure. 3. Mooch is still trying to get to you. He's trying to find the best way.
Shannon said, we watched that vlog not long ago. You creep. That was years ago. Why would you watch that vlog?
Oh, because it was fun. Like, you were watching a random Friend Squad video yesterday because it came up in the algorithm. It's just, sometimes they come up and you're like, oh yeah, remember this? Let's watch this again. You put away silverware so haphazardly.
Alright, I'm waiting for Shannon to answer.
Does the temperature of the flour have an effect on the recipe? What am I, a scientist? I don't know. Why is your flour extra cold? I don't really know. Can someone chime in from Alaska and let me know? She says, because we turn on random vlogs for background noise. LOL, duh.
Oh. How many of you people watch stuff when we're not live? Let me know in the chat right now. How many of you people watch videos when we're not live?
Alright, then we want 2 teaspoons of baking powder, half a teaspoon of salt.
Me, you guys are perverts. Occasionally, you freaks.
Be nice. You watch the weirdest stuff.
What? You guys, when I'm
You're
not
not allowed to judge what anybody watches. Dan will spend literal hours
when I'm not looking,
just like flipping through
okay,
thumbnails.
So check it out. So today, like, all you guys watch the members vlog, right? So you know how we were at the donut shop? So today there was other big live streamers that were on the Fremont Street that we were on for the video that we made, and at one end of the street there's a what's the frozen donuts? The frozen donut shop, Dunkin'?
Dunkin'.
There was a big Dunkin', and they were like, look, a donut, let's go get a donut. And I'm trying to type in the chat as fast as I can. There's a pink box at the other end.
So much happier.
And I hit enter, and it just goes, swoof, and it takes off because there's like 17,000 people watching. But I screamed at the screen, Crystal, until they went to pink box donuts. They didn't listen to me, but I thought in my mind that they did. And thank you to everybody that watches the stuffs.
Let's see. Adele says YouTube pretty much goes all day in our house. Scott says I'll watch old episodes if they pop up in my feed. Brittany obviously says me. We know. Brittany has our lives memorized, and I love you for that. It's amazing. Amanda and Linda both say I do. Lady JD13 says I do sometimes since I was late to the party. Katie says flour doesn't change in temperature. But like if I put it outside, it's going to get cold, right? Hannah has unsubscribed. I'm not really sure what you did to piss her off, but there we are.
I think I called everybody super freaks.
F. Vance says the Tubes recommended a 7-year-old video of yours the other day. Sally says she has. Liz watched your video about Vegas earlier today. Wilhelmina said me. Quinium says we got YouTube playing all day. It randomly plays between Dan, Jess, and Good Mythical Morning. Nice. Katie says she did for years. Adele says your stuff is only whatever you're streaming or what's new. Oh, she doesn't go to the back catalog.
There's hundreds of back catalog stuff.
Heel of the Husky starts from episode 1 and binges. Linda likes watching the old episodes. Beer and Bug had one pop up yesterday, but forgets what it was. Zulu's Crafter has watched old lives before. F. Vamp watched the members vlog back before it was free. Christopher Friend says YouTube is his Netflix. I like it.
It doesn't feel the same when it's free. Like, it's devalued.
Yep, Hannah says you called her a freak.
I think it was a freakazoid. Or even a super freak.
Okay, Katie confirming that yes, it does get cold, but it doesn't change the effect of the flour. Thank you. Thank you, scientist Katie. I appreciate you. Karen says YouTube's better than most TV.
Way back in the day, that's like, we probably went through a whole year or two where we just, we lived on YouTube. That's all we did was watch YouTube.
Yeah. Lately, I've been trying to watch movies. I really want to watch more movies this year. I don't make like New Year's resolutions, but I would like to watch more movies this year. I feel like I'm missing out. We did watch the new Jesse Eisenberg and Kieran Culkin movie. I don't remember what it's called. It was decent. It wasn't like fabulous, oh my god, you should watch it, but it was interesting. It was a day in the life kind of movie, which Dan's not really a fan of. Dan wants like something to happen. And it was just like these two cousins travel. Like, that's pretty much all that happened. But you know, it's about their relationship and stuff, and Yeah, Dan wasn't the happiest with it. You didn't hate it, but like, you like it when things happen.
I would have hung out with them.
You would have?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. I liked it. I watched It's What's Inside. It's on Netflix. Wouldn't really classify it as a horror movie, though it is a little bit like, let's say, suspenseful. I don't want to give anything away about it because I went in blind and it was amazing.
There's nothing to give away.
No, it was really good.
Wait, which one?
It's What's Inside.
Oh, yes, that was fun for you.
I've been talking about that for days. If you guys can handle suspenseful but not horror, like it's not gory really, but it's a crazy story. Please don't spoil yourself on anything. I watched like a little piece of the trailer and was like, I'm in, let's do this. I don't want to know what happens.
It's not murdery.
It is not murdery, but there is like some suspense. Has anybody seen it? It's What's Inside. It's on Netflix. Literally no named actors at all. It's I think it was like a Sundance Film Festival film or something, but that was one of the best movies I've seen in a long while. Really original topic and plot. Really happy with that. Very, very happy with that movie. So I highly recommend you guys check that out if you're into like suspenseful. Not scary, just suspenseful. Any interest in seeing The Substance? I've been hearing a lot about that and that it was really good, and I was thinking about it.
What is it?
The Substance. Who's in it? There's a famous actress in it. It was, I want to say Jennifer Garner, but I don't think that's it. Who is in that? Amanda Moline says, my dogs have to fall asleep with Crystal's voice on, and the dog will bark at Dan. Sounds about right. Thank you, Lady Judy. Demi Moore is in it.
Who said that?
Amanda Moline.
Oh, that's crazy. I love it.
Oh, Hilo Husky says, watch Nosferatu, and meh. Yeah. Yeah, I might check out The Substance. It's been on my radar. I just haven't committed to it. I'm trying to find like more obscure things and also well-known things that I hadn't seen. We watched That Thing You Do recently. Really good movie. I had seen bits and pieces. Like when we were kids, it used to be on Comedy Central a lot.
You say those words a lot.
I watched a lot of Comedy Central. There was a lot of good stuff.
Your nightlife was between 11 p.m. and 3 a.m.
It was, and it was Comedy Central on Adult Swim.
I saw That Thing You Do in the theaters. That's a solid movie.
I think it came out when I wasn't really like watching TV or movies very much.
There's those years between like 17 and like 23 of just like you're out of the house,
working in school and hanging out with friends and stuff.
Out of the house. Yeah.
Hilo Husky says it was okay. Jamie just watched Dazed and Confused, like for the first time, like he'd never seen it. The first time I saw Dazed and Confused, I was in junior high, so like 13, 14 years old. I legit thought it was an older movie. I didn't realize like it was modern. A friend had like rented it, and I'm like, oh, like this is a movie from the 70s or something. No idea. Had no idea.
We've seen it a good jillion times, but like I didn't watch it until a handful of years after it was out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I watched it around the time it came out.
Right.
She said, oh no, he's seen it. I told him he needs to watch Easy Rider. Never seen that one. I've heard that's good. Okay, so this recipe does not say to do it, but the other bakery style recipe, bakery style muffin recipe, said to let the batter sit for 15 minutes. That's one of the tricks. And another thing this recipe does not say is to fill every other muffin cup so they have room to expand. I'm going to do that though because I learned that from the other recipe. Katie says, I'm so tired, probably going to bed, got up at 4:30 this morning. Ew. Yeah, get some rest if you need it, friend. So this is a pretty thick muffin batter. It's not liquidy at all. We'll see how it turns out. I'm not going to make any changes to anything because I always try the recipe exactly as it's written, even if it does seem a little thick to me. They announced sequels to Goonies, Gremlins, and Labyrinth in the last week. I would watch a Goonies sequel. We watched Gremlins recently, too. Like at Christmas time, we watched that.
Gremlins 2 came on.
Was it Gremlins 2?
And then Labyrinth?
No, we didn't watch that.
Leave David Bowie alone.
You might have watched it. I didn't watch it.
No, but like, don't sequel that.
Oh, just responding to Shannon saying that's fake news. I heard the Goonies one was real, though, no?
The Goonies could be fine because everybody's still around. I guess I get Gremlins 2, but you can't do anything with Labyrinth that I care about because that movie's David Bowie.
Right.
Like, I know
I know
I don't
I've
want
seen
it.
Labyrinth, like, probably around the time it came out, and it just, like, creeped me out, and I wasn't a fan. And I know it's widely celebrated, just not a fan. Oh my god, Katie, you've never seen The Goonies? I would love to say watch it, it's amazing. But when Blake was a kid, and I think you're close to Blake's age. Blake's 23. I think you guys are around the same age. He said, meh. But, you know, Blake is hard to impress.
I went to my teacher's house to see Goonies.
I don't remember when I first saw it. Like, Goonies was just always around. Like, that's Goonies. You've seen Goonies, right? Yeah, we've seen Goonies. Jess never saw it until, like, last year. Oh, my gosh. Goonies is so good. Shannon says she confirmed all 3 today independently. There have been a lot of, like, false movie posters going around thanks to AI. There was an Encino Man one that I saw going around, but it's fake.
I don't need no more Encino Man.
Yeah, we don't need that.
I'm still not happy about Happy Gilmore 2, even though I'll watch it. I'm still not happy.
What about what's the one where he's the son of the devil? We were just talking about it the other day. Little Nicky 2.
No,
that one I think was confirmed. Beerbug didn't see Goonies until I was like 40, and I wonder if you had to have seen it like at the time.
Yeah, like I said, my teacher had me over at her house, so her and I watched it.
Yeah. F-Anth related to the bullying of Chunk and hated it. Is watermelon okay for cats? Couldn't tell you. Google it. I don't know offhand. Mr. Danny Dell is here. Oh my gosh, what's that emoji? It looks like Skeeter from Doug.
Roger? No, wait.
Roger?
Wait, who's the... Skeeter was the blue guy.
Oh, yes.
Wait, who's
Roger?
the blue guy? No, who's the blue guy?
I don't know. It looks like a character from the cartoon Doug.
Yes.
Mr. Danny Dell, thank you so much
for the super chat. It would be...
Hope you're doing well. Love you, miss ya.
It would be... Skeeter, you're right. I think you're right. I didn't watch Doug too much, but I did. Look, Doug and I didn't get along. Like, his views and my views didn't mesh.
Hannah says, Doug, that's a show I haven't thought of in years.
How come you know that?
Because we used to make fun of my brother and say he looked like Doug, and then we
like Doug Funny?
at him. Yep, all the time.
Yes.
Patty Manny's.
Mm-hmm.
Beer on Bug says it probably hits better when you're a Ute. Absolutely, absolutely. But once Blake watched it and didn't really like it, I'm like, oh, it must be the nostalgia. That's why I like it. I have like over 10 minutes. Do you want to open Linda's box real quick?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna let this sit
absolutely.
before I put it in the.
Mr. Danny Dale says, "Love you guys." Oh, love you too.
Love you. I used to watch Doug all the time. Yeah, because we only had so many channels and like we all watched it. Like we were all familiar with all the things. I miss those days when it was less. Why it's great that there's so much to watch right now, but it's almost like analysis paralysis trying to figure out like what do I want to watch?
My favorite
5
show.
5 million thumbnails on each app.
And before the thumbnail out, my favorite show was watching the TV Guide channel.
I believe
for
that.
hours. You know, like I've looked up TV Guide channel music before because it just plays that music on the side, so I can watch and do stuff while that music plays in the background. Okay, wait.
Wow.
Oh, you're good. Okay, yes, you're good. I'll hold this. I'll hold the.
I'm not new here.
I'll hold the cat.
F-Anth says, you also mentioned you needed to talk to me Friday. What did you need to talk to F-Anth about? His package that...
Wait, what happened?
F-Anth? Remember his package got...
Oh, yes, you're right. I already talked to him. The ripped apart package, I'll have to send it to you. But the ripped apart package got...
Yes, you got half, we got the other half returned to us.
You got half an envelope, we got half an envelope.
Oh my gosh.
But that's all. I think we talked about it Wednesday. Maybe?
Alright, this package... You said you wanted to talk to him more about it on Friday.
Yeah, no, I'll send you the other half so you have the contents that's inside.
All right, this is from Linda Roberts. You are entirely too generous to our cats. She sent us not only an entire box, a variety pack of Temptations, which are their favorites, but also Clucky Carnival chicken, turkey, and catnip flavors. They love the catnip one. So a mix of flavors in Temptations brand as well. Mooch, I will open these for you in just a minute. Oh, a scratchbacker! If you guys have, oh, it's Cat. If you guys haven't heard the story, one year Santa Claus brought Blake a back scratcher in his stocking, and he ran out and he saw it and he said, a scratchbacker! So in our house, back scratchers are scratchbackers. I love scratchbackers for that hard to reach spot. Don't be looking at this. Oh, that's a cute one too. Oh my gosh, Dan. Does this go on here? I need more information about what this is. Dan, look. It looks like it holds something, but oh, that's creepy. Dan, there's a one-eyed rubber ducky. I've never seen a rubber ducky with only one eye.
I love it.
That's great. I need more information. This looks like something that like you had and we're like, oh my god, they would love this. What's it supposed to hold? Does it just hold like your mail or something? Like it clearly holds something. So please give me more information. That's adorable. Mooch. To the ground. Oh, it's a phone holder. Awesome. That makes sense. That is adorable.
It is very good.
Okay. This is all the packaging stuff. Oh, she says our new Hot Wheels for racing. Oh, feel free to climb across the counter. Do what you gotta do. What you got? Ooh. I don't know how to pronounce a C and a Z next to each other. Xinger 21C. Beautiful.
That looks fast.
And
we will log these for Hot Wheel night.
Rolling Solo. So it's a new one for her and a new one for Dan.
Perfect. And we'll add those to the collection for sure.
Yes.
Okay, let me. Yeah. Put those. Yes.
Here. Give that to you.
Here's what I got back in the mail.
Literally the other half of it. The coin that you
Thank
won
you.
is not in there. So clearly the coin is what tore apart the envelope. And then they just picked up the pieces and the coin rolled away.
I blame
never
Sarah.
be found again.
I blame Sarah Carson.
Yeah, why is it Sarah Carson's?
It's Sarah Carson's fault because she sent me stuff. She sent me keychains and stuff and a straight up envelope with a stamp on it. I'm like, that's brave. So then, like, I tried the Sarah Carson route, and then it didn't work at all. But there's not one chew mark on the envelope. It's like perfectly torn. It's so weird.
Which is really weird. Okay,
So
what are you doing? You can't, buddy. Which needs a drink?
Thank you for the stuffs. Oh
Yes,
my gosh.
thank you, Linda.
Don't open these yet.
No,
Because those gotta go to the back of the pile.
Yes.
And nice and sealed.
I have a couple bags open right now, so I'm not going to open these yet. But yes, thank you. The cats will appreciate it. We did do snack time earlier today, and they were all very happy, and then went and napped. Okay.
Thank you.
Linda says, every time I see things with cats on them, I think of you guys. Me too. Did I tell you guys? So you guys know, not this last September, but the one before, we decided, it's super cute. Can you?
I'm trying to make it your face, but it sucked.
We decided we were going to paint our bedroom. So we took everything off the walls, we primed the walls, like cleaned them and patched holes and everything. We went, thanks Dan.
Your eyes
We
wide
went
shut
to get
this.
paint and then Dan wanted to take the popcorn off the ceiling. That then turned into a year-long project before we actually put paint on the walls. In that year, I collected artwork. Both I've never seen one with one eye. I collected artwork both from what you guys had sent us that I bought frames for and stuff that I saw online that I loved and was like, this feels like the vibe of what I'm trying to do in the bedroom. So, will the camera track it since it has a face? Oh, that's a good question.
No. Look at my phone fits on the...
Oh, it does hold it. Nice. Perfect.
Let's deal with it.
Absolutely. It's yours. So when it was time, the room was painted and it was time to put the art back on the walls, I laid all the art out on the bed and was like, oh my god, 75% of this is cat themed. Like, how do I decorate my walls and it's almost all just cat themed artwork? But I think I made it work. It's not too catty in any one area. And everything's different enough, and some of them are kind of vaguely cat-ish. But yeah, most of the art in my bedroom right now, let's see, 1, 2, 3 in a row there, probably 4 on that wall. Yeah, there's lots of cat artwork in my room. Apparently I just like cats. We're almost ready. We're gonna let this sit for another minute. I don't really know what kind of sciencey stuff happens, but they said to let it sit for 15 minutes. I do see it's getting like fluffier, almost. No such thing as too much cat artwork. I agree. It was just, I didn't want to make like a whole cat wall because I had other stuff. Like, did I do all the cat stuff together and everything else elsewhere? I figured it out. It took me a while. Dad got me cat chip bag clips in my stocking this year. Ooh, fun. I think I had a customer ask if we had bag scratchers. They're great. What else? Mooch needs a cow catcher on the front. Just plow through, right? Yeah, he just goes for it. He doesn't care.
He headbutts everybody on the way for breakfast.
Last night he tried to get on the couch and Precious was laying next to me. And so I'm here, Precious is here, and Mooch just like, doesn't try to go over or around, just like starts walking right into Precious, who then freaked out and ran. Like, he does not care. Hello, Jojo. Thanks for joining us. We are just a few minutes away from filling our muffin cups and putting our pistachio muffins in the oven.
Thank you again for the package. I'll add those. I'll add those Hot Wheels.
So once again, the tricks to making that bakery style dome are Less importantly, apparently, according to this recipe, letting your dough rest, your batter, whatever, rest for 15 minutes. Baking only in, and you'll see what I did here, every other muffin cup. That gives the muffins room to expand without squishing into each other. And most importantly out of everything, starting the cooking at 425 degrees. And 7 minutes in, we're going to turn it down to 350 and bake for the other, 7 minutes or something. 8 to 10 minutes, it says. Without opening the oven or doing anything, you're just going to turn it down and let the oven temperature come down. What are we doing? So once again, if you guys missed it in the beginning, that is the most important part. That really helps the top layer of the muffin to cook and get crispy before the muffin rises, so it holds that shape and it doesn't spread out flat. There for a second, I thought the camera was being weird. It might have been, or Dan was doing something. I don't know. I didn't see anything. Hi.
Hi.
What you up to?
Causing trouble, playing with my mama cat.
On brand. Don't all the muffins have territorial ambitions? Deny them a military immediately.
How much time do you have left?
Piece of ice came out of my mouth.
I see no timer on the timer.
I was just looking at it.
You gauged
it was.
You sundialed it?
It was 13, so now it has been 13 minutes. I'm going to give it 2 more minutes. It's okay. I memorized the math. Nothing's cooking, so it's fine. I can go a little over.
Nothing's in there. Okay. I thought it was in there. Right
so for baked donuts, use cake mix. You might be able to... No, there's baked donuts recipe. Go on Pinterest and look for donuts. And anytime you see them, round and cakey, that's them. It is, a cake batter consistency, so I don't know that... There might be recipes out there that you can do it without a donut pan. I'll show you my donut pans. Hold on. I think mine came from Michael's. You can get them probably at Joann's, on Amazon for sure. Walmart might have them. But they're donut pans, regular sized donuts and mini donuts. So yeah, you just pour your batter into there. I use a funnel so that you can kind of control it and not get it onto the center. But there might be some that you can bake I'm sure there are some you can bake without a pan. But for that kind, that's what I use. Yeah, I think they're pretty cheap too. I want to say the donut pan's under $10. It's not an expensive investment. How about a cat art or egghead dance in the style of the multicolor Andy Warhol painting? Not gonna lie, I have looked at those with the cats, the 4 cat heads in the Andy Warhol style. Didn't commit though, but I did look for those. All right, it is time. We're gonna fill our muff cups. So it does say to fill them just short of the top. So that's the other thing. You want to fill them pretty full. So we're going to go about 3/4 full, just short of the top. If they're not full enough, you're not going to get that beautiful muffin dome. That's what we're going for. Ooh, that might be a little extra full, but we'll take it. Piping bags help when making baked cake donuts. Absolutely. I have, I actually bought a funnel with a plug, it has a little thing that goes up and down in it, and I bought that, I think specifically for the donut pan stuff. Uh-oh, Dan's on the floor. What about a cat food can in the style of Andy's Campbell's soup can? Ooh, that's a fun idea. I wonder if someone's done that. I'm sure someone's done that. But that's a fun idea. What you doing down there?
We got an Etsy order for cat bowls, and I'm always curious to see what the cat names are this time on the cat bowl, custom cat bowls that we have here.
Anything good?
It's Sophie and Sasha.
Cute. Is it an RFS fan member or a rando?
Rando. That I know of, rando.
Meanwhile, someone's watching.
We sell cat bowls all the time. It's made its way into the Etsy's system now. So we do get served up a lot of bowls. Not as much as the Pokédex, but we do get served up.
Okay, I'm gonna smooth these out just to make sure they're full enough because they're kind of lumpy in the middle. I think I need a little more on this one. I want to make sure they're full enough so I really can achieve that dome that I want. That's the most important thing I want out of these. And, you know, for them to taste good and look good and all that. But I really want that dome. Can the bowls be used for a small dog? Yes, except, like, you know, dogs are a little chaotic sometimes and might break them.
They might knock them over, but for a tiny dog, they got rubber pieces on the bottom, but I don't like, I don't know, maybe. If it's a little, like, Chihuahua or something, but those things, like, the tongue might be dragging on the ground, I don't know.
Usually.
How did I get stuff on me already? What did I eat? Oh, that's why.
You're Dan.
That schmutz on my shirt.
what
I
you
just got out of the
do.
shower.
Alright, we're going to stick this in the oven. Again, it's at 425. We're going to do 7 minutes. At 7 minutes, we're turning it down to 350 and doing another 8 to 10. Alexa, set a 7-minute timer.
7 minutes.
There we
Starting
go.
now.
So Dan, on Tuesday at 3:55, ALEXA is going to remind you to get the Cinnamon Toast Crunch. At that point, you have to text me and remind me to the pizza Cinnamon Toast Crunch. They're giving them away. So we're going to have to hop on and try to get the Cinnamon Toast Crunch pizza stuff.
I can just punch you in the, like, face and it's the same thing. It's gonna be disgusting.
But they're free is what I'm saying. So if we can get one for free, then we're not out anything.
Oh! Doesn't work. Remember when I had the battle with the Tony pizza rolls or the, what are they called?
Totino's?
Well, the pizza rolls are good, but not the, like, chips. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Are those the ones that I eat? Those aren't the
What?
Tony's pizza pockets. Remember those, a little white bag of those Tony's, like, it looked like peanut butter crackers, and I ate them and they were like the worst.
No,
things ever.
those are. What are those? It's like a pretzel cracker with pizza inside.
That's not this. This is our beautiful
No.
Totino's.
This is you. I'm sorry. I think you were in the shower at the beginning of the show, and
But I'm down. We showed it to me yesterday. And I'm like, that can't be real. And
it is real. So I went to Instagram to find out because Shannon did link it. Totino's pizza flavored cinnamon toast crunch. 1,000 lucky fans can score a free box starting Tuesday, January 28th at 7
1,000?
Eastern.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, 1,000.
Yes.
It's gonna be hard to get.
Do you think a silicone donut pan will work okay? Yeah, I don't see why not. I don't prefer them only because the first time I had silicone something, it made everything taste rubbery, and it was when they first became a thing, and I might have just gotten some
It
that
did.
weren't
It was
good.
weird.
Yeah, I didn't like them, and I've never gone back because of that. I'm sure they're fine now. I'm sure they worked that all out. I'm just opposed to them because of that. Combos, yes, it was the combos. Thank you, Birumba. You know your snacks.
Dude, we didn't combo.
No, Dan was like very offended by those.
I was very
Yes,
offended.
very
by it.
offended. Alright, so we've got some time on this. And then I have another batch that's going to have to go in before we can brush the butter on and put the sugar on. I do want to address something we talked about Saturday night. We will not have shows. We have a show tonight. We have a show tomorrow. There's no shows for probably 2 weeks after that. Next Friday, I do have to have a surgery. If you guys were here 2 years ago, you know I had to have a surgery because they found precancerous cells on my cervix. And then they did the surgery to remove part of the cervix to test for cancer, and they found nothing. I do have to have that again. They found all the same stuff again, so I'm having that done again. Hopefully we'll have the same results with no cancerous cells, but I will be down and out. No, I'm not. I'm not going to tell you what I told Blake because everybody else looked at me with a shocked face. Well, so did Blake. They are not cutting me open for this one. No, it's not. It's not. I don't know how to explain it. Good luck with your lady hamper. Thank you. They're not cutting openings. There are already openings that they will be using for this surgery.
Next time, though.
Next time.
Thank
you, Shannon. We'll light a candle for you. Yeah, positive vibes and all that good stuff. I go down Thursday. Apparently, this place, I have to go to Henry Mayo. They take this much more seriously. They want me to go down for blood typing, just in case I need like a blood transfusion if anything goes massively wrong. So I'll go down for that. Thursday, and then Friday I have the surgery. It'll be Friday afternoon. I'll make sure to have Dan update that like I made it through.
Yeah,
My mom wants you to text her when they come and tell you that I'm out of surgery and into recovery. She was very adamant that I have to.
I'll try to sneak in there for one of those awful pictures no one wants to see.
Please don't. They did tell me at one point that you will be able, like, they'll take me back and you'll be able to come with me. The funny part was, so it's this weird thing, like, Dan's my boyfriend, but we've been together for 20 plus years. It's weird to say my boyfriend, like, it implies, like, a new relationship, but he's not my husband. Sometimes I use husband just, like, I don't want to have to explain boyfriend and, like, oh yeah, my husband this or whatever, but most of the time I'll say boyfriend. Actually, most of the time I just say partner. Like, I don't care. Think what you want about that, and that's my partner. So the lady asked if I had a ride, and I was like, yeah, my partner's gonna take me down there. And so for the rest of the conversation, it was, okay, and then she'll be able to come with you, and she can sit in with you, and then we'll go tell her. She can wait in the waiting room, and we'll go tell her. So they're gonna be pretty shocked when you show up and you're not a female.
I mean, I do sit to pee. You
do. So, thank you for all the stabby knives and silverware, Hannah. I'm hoping they're not using forks.
Yeah, eat a donut for Crystal.
I will maybe need some donuts in my recovery period. Physically, I should be okay. They are going to do an endometrial biopsy, which is, they're going to take samples all the way up out of my uterus, so that might be a little uncomfortable. But again, no incisions or anything, so I should be okay physically. But last time they intubated me and destroyed my throat, so I'm not going to be wanting to talk. Last time I had to take an entire week off work because my job is basically answering phones and talking to people all day.
It was great. It was just like, it was like hanging out with Teller.
I don't think I talked about this because this happened a while ago and I didn't tell everybody until Saturday. I told my boss, I've been trying to give him the heads up, like, hey, I'm going to be out for a few days, like my 84-year-old boss. I said, I'm going to be okay, because he's very, oh my God, is everything okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. No, Jojo, this is not a problem. I'm not getting cut open. I won't have to not lift things. This is not the major surgery. But I told him, like, the problem is just I won't be able to talk above, like, a whisper, so I won't be able to, like, come in and answer phones and stuff. And he said, is Dan pretty happy about that? Like,
wait, who said that?
Joe, my 84-year-old boss, wanted to know if you were happy that I wasn't able to talk.
You better shape him up.
Yes, yeah, he's got some quips. Even if you can talk, take some time off. Yeah, I definitely anticipate my throat being destroyed. I might be a little more uncomfortable because the endometrial biopsy is a little more invasive, but no open wounds or anything, so I'll be good. The end game of all of this is they're testing to see if they can find cancer. If they don't find cancer, I'm cleared, I'm good to go, we'll move on to the next step. If I do find cancer, then I have to go to an oncologist. But either way, the next step is hysterectomy. So I get my lifelong dream of finally having all my lady parts removed because I don't need them, I don't want them. They've done nothing but cause me horrible pain and discomfort and vomiting my entire life. Well, except for like the first, 13 years, I was fine. But yeah, they've been horribly uncomfortable and awful to me for most of my life. And I finally got somebody to agree to remove all of them. So basically this is just a test to make sure this doctor can remove them. Yes, then. So that's a minimum of 6 weeks after this surgery.
6 weeks? Not 8 weeks?
No, she said 6 weeks, but we'll see how long. Hold on. Alexa, stop. All right, so now we're turning this down to 350. We're not doing anything else. Alexa, set an 8-minute timer.
8 minutes. Start
Sometimes
now.
the ALEXA just pops up with your pinned note that you made on there that says I love you, and it makes me happy.
Oh. But does it say Crystal, or does it say just, is it a blanket?
No, it says I love you, Crystal.
Okay, I was going to make sure because it could be just, could have been
No, it says I love you, Crystal, and then it just pops up randomly and it makes me happy. Yeah, so in 6 weeks, I'm amazed at how many people, as I talk about this, like over here, like, oh, I had a hysterectomy. So many people are like, oh yeah, I did that. It was the best thing ever. When I went for my sleep study, we were talking about health stuff, and I was talking to the lady about it. She's like, oh my God, do it. Just do it. It's so amazing. Just do it.
But like,
I've been trying to do it for a long time. My last doctor 2 years ago laughed at me when I told her that's what I wanted. Even this doctor was like, are you sure you don't want kids? I'm like, lady, I'm 44. That ship has sailed even if I did want them.
You got a grapefruit there.
Yes.
That's
so
the thing.
The reason I get the hysterectomy, so if you missed it, and sorry for anybody who had to hear this in depth a week ago, I had a pap test. It came back with abnormal cells. Same thing that happened 2 years ago. I then went back to the doctor, and she's like, hey, we got to do some stuff. And I'm like, look, can you just remove everything? And she kind of looked at me like, well. And I'm like, I have really bad cramps, like to the point of vomiting. And she's like, have you ever had an ultrasound? And no, nobody ever did that. My other doctor just laughed at me when I asked for a hysterectomy. So we did an ultrasound, and I actually have 2 fibroid tumors. one of which is the size of a golf ball on my cervix, which that doctor thinks that might be why I'm getting the abnormal test results, because they're not finding cancer when they do this, or the one time they did the surgery, they didn't find cancer. She thinks that fibroid might be causing the abnormal test results. The more concerning one is the grapefruit-sized 5-inch diameter fibroid that is on the top of my uterus that is huge. It's outside of it, not inside. So that needs to be removed. So once they said, like, yeah, we have to cut you open and remove that, I'm like, cool, can we take everything? And she's like, oh, absolutely. So
much fiber?
No, not fiber, fibroid. Very different. So yeah, not fat, giant tumor. That's apparently what's been going on. And she told me that that has been growing based on the size of it, that has been growing for longer than 2 years. And I probably had it when I went to the last doctor, who didn't do anything for me, really. So at least they didn't need to get your husband's permission to get it done. Absolutely. And I honestly believe if I were 20 years younger, it might be a little bit more of a fight of like, but are you sure you don't want kids? Because that still does happen. And especially like with what's going on, like we're definitely like not having all the reproductive rights we should have. But I'm hoping I can just get this done real quick. We'll get it approved and be done. Shannon says her fibroids were the size of grapefruits. She had 3. You'll feel so much better. Yeah, like, is it that thing, you know the story about the frog in the boiling water and like it happens gradually? Like, all my life I've had stomach problems anyway, just like issues. Is it a thing where like I'm gonna realize like, oh, I had pressure that I didn't realize was going on in there? Because like, look, I'm not like big all over, I'm just big here, like just my stomach sticks out, and they're like, yeah, that's probably why, like you have this huge thing in there.
Not
but
the
like
baking show?
The baking show helps too, absolutely.
Not.
But I've gotten chunkier everywhere. My thighs are bigger, my butt's bigger. But like most of my weight is just like right here.
Are you sure they found a grapefruit and not a donut?
It might have been a donut. It slipped right out of my stomach. It's just
Crystal,
sitting on my uterus.
Why would it be a fruit?
It's definitely not a fruit. I'm like, I don't know what a grapefruit is. Can you compare it to a snack? Is it the size of a small cake? Like one of those little nothing but cakes?
If she would have said it was the size of a small cheesecake, would you ran around and tell everybody you have a small cheesecake?
Absolutely. Absolutely. More room for sweets, Bjornbook says. Yes, absolutely. Shanna says, absolutely, I have Crohn's and I could tell a big difference in the bloating feeling. Okay, that is good to know.
From cronuts, see? Too much fiber in cronuts, Crystal.
I'm also definitely fat. Like, I've definitely gained weight, but there's definitely, like, something going on. And it was such a relief when she, like, found it. Like, I cried out of relief of just, like, all right, there is something. Like, it's not just me, because everybody's like, oh, everybody gets cramps. And I'm like, no, I don't think you understand. Like, I puke for 2 days. And as I've gotten older, it's gotten better, but, like, my life has been severely disrupted by this, and not just in a, like, oh, I don't want to go swimming kind of way. Like,
I mean, you got to get C-sectioned up, right?
They're basically doing a C-section on me.
They don't juice it.
No, it's not.
They're not juicing
it's not a mummy brain removal where they just wiggle a stick around and pull it out. No, which apparently is a thing. They can do it that way, but because this fibroid's so big and it's on the outside of my uterus, they have to cut me fully open to do it. Crystal says, the only kid you need is Blake and the cats. Absolutely. I do not want to birth anything.
So, later on when they cut you open, you'll be down and out for like 2 months.
Yes, I will be off work for at least 6 weeks. It'll be a while. Hannah says, I want to eat this stuff. Take it. I'm not made for children. If I were to change my mind, I'd adopt an older kid that needs a home. Absolutely. I've been saying since I was 14, I do not want children. And, you know, they don't believe you until, like, you're actually old. Jojo said I had to be on the pill since I was 13. I hated it, but I couldn't get the doctor to keep me on pills, so the surgery was the only way. My mom wouldn't put me on the pill because she said that was going to make me have sex. So I just had to suffer through it and puke for 2 days every month and, like, not be able to leave the house or try. Like, there were so many times when I'm like, let's just do it. F it. Let's go. I have been at concerts puking in a trash can, not because I was drinking, but because I had cramps so bad I was puking. I have had to pull over on the side of the road and puke.
You take days off work every day, every month.
Every month. Like, just, I can't come to work today. I have cramps. Like, debilitating. Like, waking up out of a dead sleep, doubled over crying, like, bad. Absolutely, like, really, really bad. Hila Husky says, I'll send a get well goodie box for you. That would be appreciated. Don't feel obligated at all, but that would be much appreciated. So yeah, it's Shannon says, they did mine robotically and pulled the fibroids out through the, baby opening. Yeah, the existing hole.
The belly button?
No, no, not the belly button. But yeah, they said they can't do it that way because of the size and the location. So I don't know if yours were also outside of the uterus. I think that's what makes the big difference.
Crystal's not wide. Her hips are not wide.
Yeah, I'm not made for birthing. Yeah, lots of you guys are like, yeah, not made for kids. I get it. You guys are my people. Just not. I don't want to be pregnant. The thought of being pregnant horrifies me. Like in that movie Alien, when the thing bursts out of the stomach, like that's when you see a baby kicking in somebody's stomach. That's what I think of. Just like, oh, I can't even imagine that feeling. It's horrifying. And then to like birth something and and then have a baby and it's like crying and pooping. No, I'm not made for it. Is your iron levels great? They're doing better. I'm on a ferrous sulfate to help my body retain iron because I am a vegetarian, so I do have issues. You know, I'm not eating red meat and stuff and getting iron. But he said my iron levels were okay. It's just retaining the iron, and I don't know what the difference is between the two, but somehow he could tell the difference. So he put me not on iron pills, but on ferrous sulfate. To
Maybe
help.
it's coming out. One time I heard you sneeze and it sounded like money was hitting the ground. Maybe all the iron's coming out of your nose.
Not that kind of iron. No. Just said, reminded me I was supposed to go give blood for them to test today. Oops, didn't make it. Well,
come on, we talked
tomorrow's another day.
No, we talked about that.
I get to go get my blood typed, which I don't think I've ever done except, like, I guess at birth. Because when I was a kid, I had something that said I was O positive, so I don't actually 100% know that that's my blood type. I just got off of that, like, whatever was around when I was a kid that, like, oh yeah, that's what that said. I will find out for sure. She said they're going to give me a plastic bracelet I have to wear, like, overnight. She's like, it's okay, it can get wet if you shower and stuff, but I have to wear that during the surgery in case, you know, the shit goes down. They know my blood type for transfusions. But this should be okay. I'm guessing your blood type is icing positive. It's entirely possible. It might be butter. Might be unsalted butter. Alexa, stop. Alright, let me take a peek, because it did say 8 to 10. Alexa, set a 2-minute timer. I think we're going to go a little more. Let me...
starting now.
Yeah, we'll go just a little more. They're a little soft. Yeah, if you guys, women, have not, or people with women parts, have not had a pap test recently, please go do that.
According to our analytics, I think we're 80% women on our channel.
Yeah, so definitely, I just imagine Crystal holding a baby like that with her floppy hands. Yeah, like I'm made for holding cats, like throwing them over my shoulder. I have held babies.
She likes kids, just like at the end of the day, they just gotta go back.
I like toddlers. Toddlers are fun when
Blake
they're like
was
learning.
3.
The minute they start crying and screaming, they can GTFO. I want no part of that at all. Yeah, Blake was the perfect age. Blake was the like walking, talking, like fascinated by everything age, and that's a good fun age. I don't like babies. I remember going to a Christmas party for my work before I worked there, and one of the guys had just had a baby, and one of the girls was losing her damn mind, and she's like, oh my god, look at the baby, don't you want to smell its feet? Absolutely no, I don't want to smell a baby's feet. Like, ew, I don't have that gene in me at all.
You don't at all.
No, not even a little bit. That says, I don't want kids either, but even at 45, I don't think I've vasectomy. Men can have babies forever, so just keep that in mind. Like, it's not like women where at some point you no longer can make babies. Honestly, some cats are like toddlers. Honestly, most cats are like toddlers. When my friend Nanda started having babies, I would tell her, like, oh yeah, I pretty much have, like, small children in my house. And then we, like, went into this thing that we did, like, you know, you have friends you send memes to and stuff, but we would, like, oh, look, my kid did this, just like a cat. Oh, look, my cat did this, just like a toddler. And we would do that back and forth, because, toddlers and cats are very, very similar.
Crystal, though, who's been she looks smooth right now, but it's been the biggest stress ball.
Oh, huge. Like, sick to my stomach, ball in my
Yeah, it's been
ball besides my fibroid in my stomach.
It's not been fun for either of us, but yeah, Crystal seems kind of okayish on camera, but like
Yeah, I turned it on for you guys, but yeah, I've been really stressed, and I know what I'm
fun.
going through with this surgery. So it's not so much this surgery that stresses me out, but then like I have to wait for results after this. And my doctor, it didn't happen last time, but this doctor did talk about like, okay, so then if we find cancerous cells, like we'll have to talk about like chemotherapy and radiation, and that made it like really real. Like last time I remember making a joke, like when I went to go get the results, I went and told my mom, I'm off to go find out if I have cancer, because like what are you gonna do? Like this is what I'm doing. This is what the appointment is. But when she started talking like chemotherapy and radiation, it really just made everything like more real. So it is definitely scary. Like that's a legit thing that can be happening. So I'm definitely worried. I'm definitely scared. So yeah, let's all hope for the best and hope they find out the same thing they found last time, and then we can just move on with take out the baby making parts.
The schedule will be all messed up though for the next few months.
F-Ant says, I meant to say I don't think I could get a doctor to agree to give me a vasectomy since I've never had any kids. You should be fine. After 30, they're okay. 30 and 3 kids is the general rule, which is so dumb. Like, if you want one, just do it. Like, no doctor should be able to tell you no when you want a thing. Like, especially a vasectomy, like, look, they're cheap enough that most people could probably afford it without insurance. It's not like a $6,000 operation. It's a few $100. Like, you should be able to just walk in there and like... There we go, let's do it.
They try to get me to change my mind a little bit too.
I don't know why. Like, I feel like you don't just wake up in the morning one day and go, I think I'm gonna go have my vas deferens cut open and, just cauterized. Like, it's not just maybe I'll do this today. I feel like if you're going in and having what's basically a surgery, it's not on a whim.
I can do it for you. Not you, okay.
Dan watched. They asked me if I wanted to watch, and I was like, no thank you. I want no part of that. Alright, so...
Okay, yes.
We got some pretty good domes going on here.
Yeah. Can we see what
It's not amazing. I will say the other ones definitely domed better. Maybe I didn't fill them up quite enough, but they do look pretty darn good.
Come close.
Can you come around?
Come close.
It's warm. I was waiting to make sure I wasn't going to drop it from it being warm. But that's definitely a better dome than my other pistachio
I like that
recipe. They are much greener too. There must be something in the other recipe I use that makes it not so green, because this is quite green compared to the other one. And these are the other one that I do, the other bakery style muffin recipe that I use, the dome gets taller and wider. This one you could totally just do one tray. There's no need to separate them like that. But I'm gonna go ahead and do it since I already baked a half of the stuff. Camera focus keeps shifting. I think Dan was doing stuff over there.
Yeah, so it tries to focus, which I can stop the focus period, but then if we get close, it won't focus. All right, let me stop that. I'll stop the autofocus. It just makes it so like when I get closer, it'll like focus on me and not Crystal, but then it like it's bouncing around. Is it dry? Is it like who's on that?
Oh, weird. I've never had a random piece of muffin liner thingy inside the muffin cups like that.
Scott, does it drive you crazy? Well, obviously you said something, but like, does it drive you crazy? Like, is it just like it won't stop?
Oh, what do we got going on?
We need a palate cleanser.
Adele says in Australia, her partner could walk into a clinic tomorrow and get a vasectomy. She has to yell, scream, cry, and see a psychologist before they'll consider letting me be sterilized. It's pretty similar here, too. Even with the guys, though, they do generally kind of want you to have 3 kids or be 30 before they want to do it, which is just so dumb. Look, my stance never changed since I was a child, a literal child. But everybody, not just doctors, like everybody in my life told me, you'll change your mind. My favorite is what if your future husband wants babies? Well, then that ain't the man for me. If I don't want babies and I'm dating somebody who wants babies, that's a deal breaker right there.
I don't need no ginger kids running around this house. I can't love them.
You love me just fine.
Yeah, but like, you know when you watch The Grinch and then you saw the flashback of Jim Carrey Grinch when he was a little Grinch and like you're like, that, how did they not like step on him?
When my mom was told that I had red hair when I was born, she cried.
I get it.
Like, in a bad way. She, like, didn't want a redheaded child.
I get it. I'd push it back in until it cooked more.
You're so mean.
I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
Okay, hold this, but don't lick it, because I still need it.
I got a palate cleanser for you guys.
Sorry I'm too depressing for you, Dan.
You're not, but, like, at some point I have to,
I missed.
That's so funny.
Oops.
It's so green.
It is so green.
It's so green.
The other one is not this green.
It's never this green. It's so green.
I think the other one takes brown sugar. Maybe that's why. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you could definitely do this recipe in one pan all at once. It's not as big of a deal as the cinnamon bakery style muffins or whatever I did before.
Lady JC said, "What's wrong with being a rat? Why? There's not a hair on your head that's red." We shut up.
I think she's just defending me like you should be.
Oh my gosh.
Instead, people I've never met in real life are defending me against my partner.
It's okay.
Who may or may not be female of 20 years.
You can uncock it. You can uncock it. It's okay. Look at yeah. She's ready. She got your back. Mm-hmm. She got your back. I'm the one that met you. Oh my gosh.
You did tell me that my milky white skin was really weird to you after your last girlfriend was Italian with like dark skin.
It was so olive. You look like a Thomas guy. You started it right now. Well, you started it. I thought you all-ooped me for the dunk.
I hate you.
I thought, yeah.
Okay, so the only problem with this is you do have to turn the oven back up to 425 now and wait for it to get to temperature. I wish I would have just done the whole batch together.
Did you see that? She's like, flame on.
I hate you. Dan's gonna get snipped for a second time. He might. He absolutely might.
I'm good.
You afraid to punch that?
Do it.
Oh, I don't know, Wilhelmina. Whatever variety of rude Dan was this time.
Dude, hold on. Hold on. I'm about to be the sheriff of Rottingham for you guys.
I think it's Nottingham, not Rottingham. I don't even know what he's doing. Here comes...
Do you remember when we never figured out who sent us the sword?
I do remember that. Nobody heard you.
Can we tell a story? What's that?
John thinks you're about to get the whole package lopped off in a minute. Shannon says, I think we'd all go to battle for Crystal before you. She's not rude. Which is funny because in real life in general, I'm way more like, let's just say bitchier, like in general, but I'm not rude to my friends.
I hope when you come to the
Dan thinks it's funny to be rude to his friends.
That's not true. I am sweet. Shannon, I hope when you come to the pet expo that your pizza is like the bad piece. Like the pizza's a bad piece and
Case in point.
And then after that they bring out the new pizza and as you're walking away and you turn back at the new pizza and then you look back in anger. So I hope that happens.
You can spit on him when you see him. Adele says, she says partner too. Boyfriend feels too childish and fiance feels pretentious.
That's my girlfriend.
Right, you're like raising children together and you've been together long term. Boyfriend feels like somebody I go on dates with and maybe I live together and like we play house in an apartment. Fiance is like, oh, when's the wedding? Well, no.
Well, y'all can kiss my butt.
That's not happening.
I usually call you Crystal. The name that you were given.
But if the doctor said...
Oh, it's my girlfriend.
Right.
That's my
but
girlfriend,
it's
Crystal.
weird to say boyfriend. For some reason, girlfriend doesn't seem to have the same, like, weird connotation to me as boyfriend does. I don't know.
So somebody foolishly sent us the biggest letter opener ever, and we will never, ever know. Years later, 5 years later.
It's been literal years.
We don't know who sent the sword. Bend the knee. I love this thing. Look at this shield. Come on.
Shannon says, fine, I'll just bring Jess, Jamie, and Greg donuts and treats. And Crystal, don't forget to send him home with some for Crystal.
She'll just ziplock him, I can't touch him.
Melt it closed with a lighter.
No, you don't have to, because if you open it up on the stream, you'll see if it was tampered with or not.
Mm-hmm. What about lady friend or gentleman friend? That just sounds weird.
That sounds like
boyfriend
we don't see each other
silly.
until a nighttime.
Jojo, fiance implies like you have intentions to get married at some point, which we don't. So, like... We're not engaged.
That's my girlfriend.
Yeah, that's my boyfriend.
Yeah, when we're done, goodbye.
Significant other or less significant other? Oh, right now he might be the less significant other.
Watch out. I got Valerian steel here.
Ooh, Shannon says we're getting butterscotch crumpets. Good, because I'm almost out of the ones that, who sent them to me? Here's the thing. My Last Weekend Adventure and Heel of the Husky, you both live in San Diego and neither of you uses your real names on stream. Like, I know your real names, but you don't use them. And sometimes I get confused about, I know it was one of the San Diego people.
Oh, way to go.
And I'm sorry, was it Heel of the Husky? I think it was Heel of the Husky. Sent me some, and I have 2 packages left. Put sugar crystals on top. Are you talking about the muffins? I will, yes, but I need to cook the other batch so I can do it all at once. Yes, I was right, it was Heel of the Husky. Okay, let me see. It beeped, but it's not necessarily actually up to 425. No, we're not even to 400 yet. Lies! I am my own significant other. It's funny how no one came forward after all the years about the sword, right? They just don't want to incur the wrath of Crystal. That's the note that came with it, if you guys don't remember, said, like, Crystal can't know who sent this. I don't remember what the wording was, but it was like, I'm not saying who sent it, because Crystal will be mad. Luckily, Dan's never hurt himself or anybody else with it. I was under the impression a-hole was the usual term used by most couples for each other after taking up residence together. Aw. No, Dan and I get along really, really well. Like, we bicker playfully. Like, we don't ever really get mad at each other. We just, like, we have fun together. When we first started dating and, like, living together, I had told him once that, like, it feels like a slumber party when I go to bed every night. Like, you're just giggling and like, okay, stop, I have to go to sleep. And legit, 20 years later, we still do the same silly stuff. Is there anyone who you haven't heard from since it was sent? Like, they went into hiding after that? I don't think so. Were you looking for teriyaki noodles or rice? Let me see. Because I can't remember. I think the noodles are the ones I can get. Yeah, because those are on top here. It was the rice, but I did finally get some on Amazon because they were stupidly overpriced on Amazon, and then all of a sudden they came up with, they were like $2 a bag, and I'm like, oh, I'll grab a 6-pack of them. So I did get some, but yeah, I can no longer get them for like $1 something at the store. They just don't. None of the stores around here carry them. I've checked every grocery store around here, and I can't find them. Can I? Boyfriend and girlfriend sounds cool. I don't think it does. To me, it sounds like I'm a teenager. There needs to be a better word. Didn't I get accused of sending the sword at one point? Oh, I think every regular has been accused. Absolutely. Fan says, I was here when he got that, and I can't believe it was 5 whole years ago. I want to say it was closer. If it's 5 years of Dantics, it had to have been like 4 years. We were a bit into everything before somebody sent that. Have you sent a recipe card yet? Haven't sent a damn thing. Maybe this weekend.
Oh yeah, they're right here.
Look,
though.
again, like, now that I've divulged, like, the surgery stuff that's happening.
Yeah, the last couple months have sucked around here.
Yeah. Lots of stress, lots of, like, you know the thing when you're stressed out and you're just like, I just can't do anything? Like, I don't have the mental capacity to deal with the things that need to be done. That's kind of where I am. Like,
yeah, you saw it Wednesday.
We were really late to opening, or to placing the order for the cards, because it was just like, you know, Dan's still doing the stuff and traveling and things still have to happen, and I still have to go to work every day, but, when you're dealing with, like, hey, you're gonna find out that you might have cancer, or not, like, it's really hard to deal with, like, less significant things, and I go to work every day, and, like people are mad that there's cats outside, and I'm like, who cares? Like, really, who cares? Just shut up. And I don't have the mental capacity. Yeah, kind of like executive dysfunction, but more in a, like, less ADHD and more just like, who cares? It doesn't matter. Like, it just really doesn't matter. And I know it does matter. I know, like, everybody is excited to get their postcards, and we will make that happen. I can't promise I'm going to do it this weekend. I have good intentions, but I'm not making promises. They will go out eventually.
Eventually, you're going to be stuck on the couch with nothing to do.
Absolutely.
Or like, not nothing to do, but like you're forced to be on the couch. So we'll make them out.
Yeah. Now, now that I've, like, told everybody this, we found out about this like in August. So I've been dealing with this for like almost 5 months now.
Yeah, like yeah. It's been weird.
But I don't want to talk about it and then make everything about, like, oh, how you doing? Are you okay? What happened? I didn't want to, like, make everything about that.
So we waited until, like, now. We're like, well, let's wait until
okay, now
January.
It's time for surgery. So as everything moves forward, I will definitely keep you guys updated. There will be no update after that. Like, I'll tell you guys, like, hey, I made it through surgery and I'm fine.
Right.
There will be no update until we have results. Like, there's not going to be anything happening. Once we have results, I'll tell you guys what those results are. I'll tell you what the next steps are as soon as I, like, find out from my doctors and stuff. So, why so long? Thank you, American healthcare system. Like, that's really all there is to it. It was like June or July that I got the abnormal test results, and then we were talking about doing endometrial ablation, which is basically where they burn your uterus with fire and hope that makes everything go away. And then it was August that I had the ultrasound and found the tumors, and then I had to make an appointment for the next doctor, and it's just every time you call a doctor and make an appointment, it's like a month and a half out. So every step takes like a month and a half, 2 months. That's just that's just what happens. I bet Dan does random lives while on shopping adventures. Oh, absolutely. Dan will pop in here and there. We just won't have, like, the baking show, the Dantics, the Hot Wheels, all the stuff that, like, we do together. I'm going to be out of commission. Like,
I'll throw a microphone in her hand when she's feeling better, and we'll do some podcasting.
We'll do some stuff here and
obviously,
there.
I live stream on my phone all the time, for
So,
hours on end, so you'll be fine.
Again,
But
this one's a relatively minor surgery. I'm just
This
going to
will
take time off
change.
to rest my voice, and then we'll be back to it probably for about a month. It should be probably somewhere around, like, the end of March. And again, it depends on the doctor timeline, but that's 6 weeks. Like, mid-March is 6 weeks from this surgery. But my mom travels to Illinois to visit my brother like the week of the 21st, because that's my niece's birthday. So I'll have to put it off till after that because we work together and one of us has to be there. So I will probably, like, medical schedule, like, being workable, I will probably have the surgery around, like, the end of March, beginning of April. So, yeah, and then, like, 6 weeks recovery time. Everything I've seen is, everybody I've talked to has said, oh yeah, easily 6 weeks off work. So
you need it. You need it. You need to sit there. You
need
need
to get
it.
away from these
you
people
need
for a
no.
minute.
You need no live stream. You need nothing. Our foot has been on the gas for years. You need to, like, sit there and be forced to not worry about dishes or any of that stuff.
Yes.
So that'll be good.
You're gonna have to
I
do
know
a lot. That's
fine.
You're going to realize how much I really do it. I know sometimes, like, I go on vacation and stuff, but, like, you're gonna have to make the bed for, like, a good long time.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
That's
I'll
a king size mattress. You're gonna have to lift up the corners of, and there are no muffins for you.
I work from home, so that's good. So, like, I'll be able to juggle. Like, I'll be able to, like, go around your schedule. That doesn't seem too bad. Everything happens in this box. So if everything happens in this box, we'll be fine.
Alexa, set a 7-minute timer.
There will be no lifting or driving. I know, huh?
Now.
Yeah.
Remember when I went to that early last year? Sorry, I had like my eyelashes bent the wrong way.
Ooh. Yeah, I've done the research. I'm fully aware of what to anticipate. Who makes the bed? We've talked about it before, Shan. Sheets get washed once a week. Every, like, Saturday or Sunday, the sheets get washed.
Maybe more sometimes. Depends. We have
Literally
cats.
every time. JoJo suggesting buy cute PJs. Oh, friend, I have so many cute PJs.
You should get a Moo-Moo.
Dan's actually suggesting a Moo-Moo, which I think is not a bad idea.
You've been wanting a Moo-Moo for like 20 years.
And somebody bought me one. One of my mom's friends bought me one, but the material was like, I don't know what it was, but it was like unhappy to my fingers, and it was very, like, big and cumbersome, and it was not it. But I'm definitely gonna look into that. Crystal, do you make hospital corners? Oh no, absolutely not. I make them as flat as I can, and Dan likes to piss me off by when I'm halfway through making the bed, just jumping on it
The cats
and
do.
laying on it and flop. The cats do too, but also so
cats
does the
do.
Dan.
It's all smooth but she's got these like stirrups on each corner.
The clippy things to keep. Wait, I don't need them. You need them,
No,
because when they're not on the bed, the sheets get pulled off of the corners
I
on
hate
your
it.
side.
The last time I picked up the bed and put them on, one was clipped to my shirt, and I was
You're such a
stuck in
boy.
the bed. You're not home. You're like at no effects, and I'm
Such a
just
boy.
stuck in the bed for 2 days. So, there's 90 people here.
Listen to me talk about my uterus.
When you're done, can we do a giveaway?
I guess if you want to.
When you're done there.
Can you put that in the trash before a cat eats it? Linda says, I have those. I love them. I just had to buy new ones because I realized, like, these are really stretched out. I should probably get new ones. The ones I bought are, like, the thickest, strongest elastic I've ever seen in my entire freaking life. But they work. They hold all the bits on. So Dan doesn't pull his sheets off the mattress.
It used to be worse. For some reason, I don't lately.
It depends on the sheets, and also I've clipped them on lately. But the like teal sheets, turquoisey sheets we used to have on the bed, those popped off way worse than these ones do. We have
Right.
5 minutes until I have to set a 10-minute timer.
Oh,
You got this. Positive vibes. Thank you. I appreciate everybody's, like, encouragement and, like, happy vibes and all that. It's, again, not too scared about this one. Just anxious and, like, it's a thing and the results. But
This one
yeah.
just tells us which road to go down.
Yes, which is a scary thing. So
Yes.
you guys will be involved and go through it. Like, you guys are my friends. You've been here with us through, like, 5 years of all kinds of stuff. I was very open about, like, what happened last time, but I just didn't want to make it like follow my cancer journey or whatever. Like
yeah.
Like
Especially
we're
if
here
they're
to have fun and distract.
For Christmas.
Yeah, nobody wants to hear that when you're trying to like celebrate the holidays.
We
and
didn't
stuff.
even like do Christmas. Like we were like not bah humbug, but we're like, who cares?
Really, like everything is just like who cares
just
right
like,
now.
who
Like
cares?
it's not significant. You're a tough chick. You got this. Thank you. I am really worried about being cut open when we get to that because like I've never been cut open. My dimple is actually a scar because I fell on my face and cut it open and told my mom I absolutely will not be getting stitches. I was like 8 or 10 years old and I was like absolutely freaking no stitches, and so she just butterfly bandaged it and now I have a dimple.
I mean, it upped your cuteness, so you might have thanked her for that. Without that, you would have just.
Imagine if it was like in a weirder spot, like somewhere else, but I just have a
like
dimple.
the top of your.
Oh, I already have a little crease in my nose. I don't need more there. Lady GD13, thank you for the super chat for my Moo fund. I've been looking on Amazon. So not so much a Moo, but I think they're called a caftan.
Can we find
Is
you
that
one?
the word?
Let's find one.
Where they're like a little bunched up here, so it gets you a little more like definition and a little less like Homer Simpson wearing a bed sheet look.
What's it called?
Caftan, C-A-F-T-A-N, I think. Brittany says puzzles, Lego, and books. I have all of those things. Don't you worry. I actually just ordered 2 new books in the last week that are to be coming out in like May, although that might be a little bit early. I have plenty of unread books in this house. Don't you worry. I think I talked about it last time. I'm going to resubscribe to Apple TV at least for the month because there's a bunch of stuff I want to watch on there, and I'm just going to binge. I have some shows I want to binge through. I don't think puzzles are going to work because I have to bend over. Same with Lego. There will definitely be some reading and some TV binging. Beer Humbug with the super chat. Thank you so much. Get your Mrs. Roper on. Love you for that. Yes. Here's the thing. I may never come back from this. I may live in a moo for the rest of my life after this. You took the mouse. The chats are coming through and I can't. Once I live the moo life, I may live in a moo for the rest of my life. Like, I'm old enough now, right? Who is Mrs. Roper from Three's Company? Was it the landlord? Was he the landlord's wife? Okay, so yeah, look at that bottom corner one.
They're not there yet because I had to do it. There you go. Wait, hold on.
They're laughing at your laugh. Bjorn says, I killed Dan.
Oh my gosh, can you see it there?
Teresa says, the one thing I remember from my hysterectomy, I was told after the surgery to stand tall, don't bend over. It definitely helps with the healing process. Yes, and I'm learning from Dan, definitely get that exercise they tell you to get. Don't let that slide. John says, we thought the dimple might have been a dueling scar from when you borrowed Dan's sword.
I want you to get one of those
fights.
beds.
Yeah, Dan wants to put me in a hospital bed in the living room. That's not happening. I don't want to sit in one position in one piece of furniture. Like, I will be happy to move from couch to bed and couch to bed, like, throughout the day and stuff. Adele has an Oodie oversized sleep tee and loves it. If I'm home, I'm wearing it. I have a t-shirt that I bought because I thought it was really cute and it said it was extra long, and it comes, it comes down to like here, and I love it. But like I still have to wear pants with it, so I definitely need something longer. Well, see how it's like...
What color? Do you want butterfly, do you want green, or do you want honking? Whoa! No return!
Yes, my last weekend adventure, Dan had that too, the big elastic, like, cinch you up belt.
It helps.
Yes, I'm hoping I get one of those.
That's a kite.
That does look like a kite. But see how this looks more stylish, and I don't know if it's just the pattern and the way it goes under the arms. I have to investigate, because there are some that are, like, kind of cinched up under the chest area, so you get... Not that I'm trying to be, like, sexy or anything, but... I don't want to just, like... When I put on the one that I had, it was just, like, too much material, and it was cumbersome. No, these are almost lingerie. My last adventure says, now I must have one of these. They look amazing.
You have one. It's a sheet.
JoJo exercise before surgery. OMG, that helped. Yeah, I don't do much of that. Alexa, stop.
Queen of naps. There you go.
We started at 4:25. We're turning it down to 3:50. We're going another 10 minutes. Alexa, set a 10-minute timer.
10 minutes, starting now.
It went away. I thought we were...
Oh,
We're done shopping?
Yeah, no, let's... So, but look at you, Queen of Naps, but these moves...
No, these are like sleep tees. No, it's like the caftan thing I want.
You'll trip on that.
Yeah,
What
let's
about-
also remember I'm only 5'4", so it cannot be too long.
What about the Snuggie, the foot Snuggie I got for Christmas?
You're gonna have to look on Temu for that.
I got like a Snuggie that had feet. Like
There it
this.
is.
It was the Australian version of Dell because it came with a drop bear pouch in the front. Whoa, that's not even a phone in your hand. I think that's her battery pack so the AI head can run. But I got one of those. I trip on it, but maybe you just need that.
Molly's Week Adventure, you can look up Caftan, Caftan on Amazon.
How are you gonna have cats on top of you?
We're gonna have to have a discussion with everybody. Beer
Alright,
wants you to
so-
show them Mrs. Roper.
Yes, I can do that.
Everybody's jumping on board with the caftan now. I mean, look, my mom's friend who bought me one, I went to my mom's house while she was house sitting, and I was like, oh my god, I love what you're wearing. And she's like, this is pretty much all I wear when I'm like around the house. And I'm like, I need to get me one of those. So then for my birthday, she bought me one, but it was a weird material, and that's something I'm gonna have to look out for. Like, I'm very like texture sensitive, so yeah, I don't want something that's gonna like snag my finger feeling kind of stuff.
There's Mrs. Roper. Look at that. There's the dress. But like, they have Roper cons and stuff.
I love it.
Or Conan O'Brien cons.
One or the other.
But
who
yeah,
knows?
there you go. Right there. Yeah. See, so she always had the dresses like that.
Can we look up Oodie? Oodies.
Oodies?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what Adele was talking about, and now people are asking what it is. Nicole loves it.
All right.
Nicole, are you Australian too? Is it an Australian thing? Beer Bucks says, OMG, I forgot about the Mrs. Roper bar crawlers. Okay, is this just like an oversized sweatshirt kind of thing? Those are getting really popular here. The giant oversized sweatshirts.
It's just somebody's 5X sweatshirt.
Right?
It's like now you're the Smashmallow. They have them in dog. And Left Shark.
No. I want Right Shark.
Okay.
Yes, but they have other stuff too. Like what? My mom used to live in her nightgowns and house dresses. I am very much like, you guys see me in jeans most of the time. On days we don't have shows, sorry, Dan keeps cutting me off. On days we don't have shows, first thing I do, bedroom, shoes off, jeans off. Like if I'm home, I'm not wearing jeans. Pajama. As soon as we're done here, the camera's off, I will go put pajama pants on. I live in pajama pants inside my house. I do not wear outside pants inside my house at all, except when I'm doing shows. So yeah, absolutely. Look at the sleep tees, the Oodie sleep tees. Can you? Oh yeah. Oh, you found the website. I don't know that I could do the sweatshirt. I have sweaters I wear around the house. I like the big oversized like knit sweaters and stuff. But I'm always cold with the electric blanket. But then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I'm too hot. Get it all off, and I like freak out. So like a pullover thing might freak me out.
It's hard. Crystal's got these sweatpants that she wears that are baggy, and the cats think it's the greatest thing and tries to crawl up her into these curtains. So you gotta watch out with those. You would just be walking, and then wham!
Yes.
Cats would be jumping on you.
Yep, JoJo's with me. My days off, PJs until I go to work. Absolutely. The minute I come home, PJs. One of my friends called them happy pants once, and I'm like, yep, if I'm home, I gotta be wearing happy pants. Brittany says if I'm home, no pants. Oh, I can't do that. I freaked Blake out one summer. I think when he first started driving, and I told him, like, hey, if you're coming over, you gotta tell me, because sometimes I'm not wearing pants. So I have him convinced.
Is that why he tells me every single time he's on his way over, every time?
I think so. Yeah, because I would tell him, like, hey, you gotta let me know when you're coming over so I can put pants on. And, like, I always wear pants. I don't really hang out in my underwear in the house.
ever see you running around your underwear. Maybe to grab stuff out of there. But you're like never home. You're always just at work or like
in pajamas at home.
Pajamas
yeah,
at home.
No, but I think Blake has learned that like I might be in my underwear, but
all he tells me is I'm on my way. I'm like, all right, cool, dude.
Yep. My family calls me PJ girl. I'm with you, Crystal. Nicole is Canadian. Okay, maybe I just never heard of Oodies before. The sweaters get hot, but I can sleep in the sleep tees. I have like a stack of t-shirts with like no print on them, and I sleep in them. I will wear this until bedtime, and then because it's a thick screen print, I'll take this off and just put on like an unprinted shirt to hang around, just like regular. I wear men's t-shirts, so I'll just wear that like the rest of the day, or the rest of the night. I live alone. I don't bother wearing anything to bed. Less washing to keep doing. Look, living alone, fine. What do you do if there's an emergency? Like if you've got to get out of bed and run, and like. I don't know what happens where we have earthquakes. So, like, if the house falls down around me, I don't want to be in my underwear. Like, I'd like to have some pants on. Scott says, put it back. What did you... Hey, no, they're not ready. Thank you, Scott. They have to have the sugar on top. I have to wait for those to come out, and then we'll put sugar on top. Everyone calling you out. You can't get away with anything. Emergency, he flops around outside. Brittany has a robe. I have a robe, but I'm about ready to put it in my donate pile because I never wear it.
It just attracts cat hair. I have my big spirit hood that I wear, and I love it because I'll wear it in the morning. I'll come out and edit on it. But like a bathrobe, it's just a cat hair magnet.
Yes.
But I love my spirit hood robe. I sit in that and edit for the first few hours until it gets warm, and it's snuggly. It's like a big hug.
I just like my electric blanket on my lap, and then I can kick it off when I get too hot and pull it back. A pair of shorts next to the bed just in case, and some dressing gowns. Dressing gowns, like Ebenezer Scrooge? Is that what we're talking about here? Because that's all I think of when you say dressing gown. It's like a caftan for men.
Anytime you wear one of those to bed, you're hoping for the ghost of Christmas past.
Right? Do you have that little candle holder that you put your finger into, and it's a little tray with a candle stuck into it?
Yeah, it's your warm glass of milk.
All right, Ebenezer. Yup, good old Ebenezer. You know what I'm talking about, Uncle Yukon. Silk Asian dressing gowns. Okay, so patterned, not white, and silk, not cotton, but still a little Ebenezer-y.
Have you ever...
And the little cap, yes.
Have you ever met an Ebenezer?
No.
No?
No.
Didn't date no Ebbies?
I have a cousin, though, that my uncle's name was Eldon. And he passed away, and it was my cousin's grandpa, so like cousin once removed or whatever relation he is. They had a baby, and they wanted to honor the grandpa, so they named the baby Eldon.
That's not too bad.
There's a baby named Eldon. I would have made it the middle name.
Eldon's fine, but like Ebenezer is just like not happening.
No, they're both old man names.
Right.
Cap, need to keep my bald head warm. Do you have a sleeping cap, Uncle Yukon? The little cap, the candle. Hannah says I should change my name to Ebenezer because you're so Scroogey. I am old. But do you have a cap? That's the real question. Alright, we got like 2.5 minutes. We're going to pull these out of the oven, and then I'm going to put some melted butter on them and some of this sugar, and then we can try them out. Sometimes I don't wear anything to bed either, but I do get hot at night sometimes. I do too. I have shorts a lot of times I'll wear to bed just because I get so hot at night. But I have cats. I'm not trying to sleep with no clothes on. With cats in earthquake country. Not happening. Okay, that's not where I was going with that. No? What do you want to change your name to if not Ebenezer, Hannah? I need more information. When I look up dressing gowns, it's showing stuff like different light robes. Interesting. Teresa with the super chat with an A before it. Does that mean you're Australian? Where are you from that there's an A? For the sleep tea fund, make sure it has pockets. Oh, absolutely. I gotta put snacks in it. Thank you so much. I appreciate that very much. Literally, like I get so mad when my pajamas don't have pockets, and sometimes I'll have my pajamas and then like, you know, the gray cat sweatshirt I've been wearing and the Ford rainbow sweatshirt, it's a sweatshirt but it doesn't have a pocket, so sometimes I have that in pajamas and I'm like, I have nowhere to put my phone and my snacks. What are we doing? Yes, dressing gowns are robes. Okay, no, here it's not. It's Ebenezer Scrooge sleep dress. That reminded me, my ex always slept naked, and there was a fire, and we went outside, and he was naked, so the fireman gave him a blanket to wear.
See? Got you covered.
Don't sleep naked in case there's an emergency. I just found out Walmart has pockets in the PJs, and not all of them. I own Walmart PJs with no pockets, and it's very frustrating. That is definitely something I look for, like elastic waist, pockets, and none of that cinching at the ankle. I can't deal with that. But yeah, I get mad when my pajamas don't have pockets for my snacks. And, you know, whatever else I want to carry around. I gotta carry a cat half the time. I need somewhere to put my things. Oh, look at more Aussie friends making friends with each other. It's adorable. Alright, prepare 2 small bowls. One with half a cup melted butter, the other one with a half a cup of sugar. That seems like a lot. While the muffins have cooled enough to handle but still warm, dip the muffins top down into the melted butter enough to coat the top, then dip them into the sugar, rolling enough to evenly coat the top. Wow, that's a lot. Alexa, stop. Okay, so they should have been more warm than these ones are now going to be, but we'll see how it goes. This is what we're doing. Okay, so I need to melt some butter. Let me clean up some messes here. Hold on.
Huh? Adele said that they're taking over one member at a time.
I'm with it. I like my Australian
Australia
friends.
are all the way. Are you up there by the jungle? Are you up there?
Because apparently you guys have a jungle and an area that's Mediterranean, even though we thought you were just
Did you hear about
living
that?
in Dune.
Did you hear about Jungstralia? Where the jungle is in Australia?
$1 million idea sleeping shirt with a cat pocket built in. Except most cats don't really want to be in the pocket. I have the sweatshirt with the cat pocket. It was okay. Cats like pulled, they're heavy. So you can't just like throw your cat in there. Maybe a kitten. Maybe now that Mooch is down to like 6 pounds, I might be able to get away with it, but it's hard to like function. Can you put that in the trash before Mooch gets it, please? When there's a cat like pulling your sweatshirt down. I never had or tried that flavor in muffins. Oh, you totally should. I was weirded out by the idea of pistachio. Like, I like pistachios, but a pistachio muffin, and especially because from the store they add green food coloring, so they're super green, and even these are pretty green. And then my mom bought some, and I was like, I guess I'll try it. Oh my god, that flavor is so good. Plus, combine the pistachio with almond extract. Amazing flavor combination. You should totally try it. Nana just commented on my post today that her daughter just discovered pistachio muffins. Amazing. Like, try them. By Mediterranean, do you mean hot and humid or covered with tzatziki sauce? I hope tzatziki sauce. I live at Stanthorpe, Queensland, Australia. North Queensland is where the tropical forests are. No idea there was tropical forests in Australia. Mooch, this is not for you, buddy. I think this shape might work. We'll try it. A St. Patty Day idea. Yeah, I mean, these are green enough. You don't even have to add the food coloring. You could just, oh, we missed Jeopardy.
What is? I haven't gotten a Jeopardy question right in like 2 episodes.
That's sad. I've been doing really well.
Yeah, I was doing really.
What are you doing to my hair?
I was doing really well. For a while.
I just need to
last
know
couple, I've been getting skunked.
if Surfer Drew won today.
I think they were getting harder because it was like the quarterfinals for the thing.
Yes. What are you doing?
Put some stuff out your hair.
I was collecting that.
No, I got skunked the last 2 days. I've been doing better than I ever have.
I got a question about space right that Neil deGrasse Tyson got wrong, so I'm feeling pretty good about myself right now. Alright, so let's do this. Can watch Mooch, please?
No, Mooch, don't.
Thanks. Alright, so half of them have been cooling for like a good half hour. The other half are pretty warm and fresh out of the oven. We'll see how that goes. Alright. So, it says just to dip. Let me get some stuff out of the way. I can't really get the Mooch out of the way, so I'll do my best here. So, dip this. Dip this. Okay. Dan sits there for 2 hours watching Mooch eat all the food.
Yes.
This is much easier than when I sprinkle this sugar on the muffins before I bake them. I like this process much better. Australians, I know butterscotch is not as plentiful as it is here. What about pistachio? Do you guys get like pistachio pudding mix? Is Jell-O a popular thing there, like Jell-O pudding mix? and you just don't really get the butterscotch? Because that's what Adele told us. Or is it like Jell-O pudding is not a thing? Do you have like custard and stuff? This would be kind of fun with colored, not sprinkles, but like the crystals, sugar crystals things. You know, before I started doing trivia stuff with y'all, I thought I was just normal. Apparently, I'm smarter than I realize. Well, hooray.
Yeah, you do really well at it.
You retain lots of random knowledge for no reason that helps you on Dantix and Jeopardy.
It was for here.
Hey, you never know. That stuff might be life-saving one day when you're like, wait, I know the capital of Djibouti! Last night on Jeopardy, Djibouti was the answer, but the question was not, what is the capital of Djibouti? I was a little disappointed. But I was impressed that somebody knew the answer to the question was Djibouti. It's really the random stuff, though, right? Dan's always asking me, how do you know that? I'm like, I don't know. I just retained that bit of knowledge for no reason at all. Read a thing somewhere once, heard somebody talking about it, watched a show. Who knows? I just know random crap. Have you ever heard of butterscotch gingerbread cookies? No, not a big fan of gingerbread, though. Whoa, I almost dropped that whole muffin in that butter. The warm ones are a little more slippery and harder to hold on to. I probably could have let them cool for a couple more minutes. I feel like the sugar's sticking better when they're more cool. That's why they call it trivia. It's useless trivia knowledge. It is. I'm trying to get an even coating, which, like I said, is not seeming to work as well with the warmer ones. Why not? That's weird. Whoa. My sugar also is now getting butter in it. The warm ones are not holding the butter as well. Separate this. Yeah, that's the problem. The sugar's getting clumpier in here. No mooch. Stop, mooch. Oh. Okay, so it definitely works better when the muffins are cooled more. I'll show you guys the difference. I might have to... That's really gonna work. Let's... Are you singing to your cat?
No.
I'll get to chat in a minute. I know I asked you Australians a question and then they just started dipping muffs. Like I didn't even care. Yeah, it's really not sticking well at all. So if you make these, I do recommend letting them cool a little bit longer so that the butter won't get the sugar as wet. Alright, I'll show you guys the difference. Hopefully it'll show up on camera. So these are the ones that were warmer. Hey Dan, can you move out the way so it'll focus? These were the ones that were cooler. So it just seemed to get more of an even distribution of the sugar when they were a little bit cooler. No. They look really pretty though.
I do. I'm glad they're not sunk in, because we've had that problem before.
Well, I explained why. That's because I put the sugar... My other recipe calls for the sugar on it before you cook it. Now, that's what makes them sink in. Because the sugar melts and gets heavy. I see lots of yums. Okay, I'm gonna take my photo so I do not forget to take my photo like I did last week until the bread was old and moldy. Oh. I know, which all you want is just to eat the snacks. We'll have to look to see if I can get the pistachio pudding online. Maybe one day if I ever send you the package, I'm gonna have to buy you new butterscotch pudding at this point. We will send you a package at some point, but again, overwhelmed with like personal life things.
We got it all in. I should have just sent it. I should have.
But now we'll get you some pistachio mix.
You'll be off to the next stream.
Who's this even from? All right, I'll get to you, chat. Bear with me. All right, Dan. I have a muffin cut in half if you just want to... It's not as warm, but we can try this.
Look, all I did was try to sneak a bite to my mama cat, and then now I've been pinned in the corner.
Is pistachio a pudding or jello mix since they're two different things? It is a jello pudding mix. It's the green box. It's the 3.4 ounce instant pudding and pie filling. All right, I'm trying it without you. Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Very similar flavor to the other ones I make. Not as deep and rich of a flavor because the other one uses brown sugar. But definitely very good, and I love the crunch. I'm glad I went with the sugar and the raw because I love that crunchiness on top. I don't know where the mouse is. There. Oh. I wonder if you should have smeared a stick of butter over them as they came out of the oven. Only if I was going to instantly stick them in the sugar, because the purpose of the butter is to be able to make the sugar stick. But yeah, that's really good. Okay, where was I? Custard tends to be more common these days, but I remember more jelly around the place when I was little, 45 to 50 years ago. John, you didn't strike me as being, like, in your 50s. I thought you were younger. Just know on the internet you come across as younger. Not like a child.
That's because he doesn't type in caps. That's because, you know, as a child. Like, because if you typed in caps, it would be adult.
Everybody
letters.
I know in their 60s types in all caps.
No, it's just bigger letters than the smaller letters. It was a bad joke. It was a bad joke about letter size. It's not the size of the letter, it's how you spell it.
Everybody's loving you with Mama Cat. Yeah, no, my last adventure, it's not jello, it's pudding, which I've never actually made pudding out of the pistachio pudding mix. Okay, I didn't miss too much. Just chit-chatting. Pistachio equals nuts in a muffin? Yes? This recipe does say to put finely chopped pistachio on top. I didn't feel like chopping pistachios. There are bits of chopped pistachio in the pudding mix, so you do get a little bit of that crunch in there. John says, I'm 55 in August. Adele can get pistachio and lemon pudding online on sale for $2.95 apparently. That's cheaper than me shipping it to you. By a lot. Can I just super chat you $2.95? What's that translate to in Australian bucks? In didgeridoos? I wonder what a pistachio cream pie would be like. It sounds like they just want you to make the pudding and put it in a pie crust. We may have to do that sometime. While I'm down and out, Dan will be making easy dump cakes and putting in a pie crust. About $3.50. Jojo loves your laugh. It's more of a giggle, one might say. And Linda, Mama Cat loves your box. Aeroplane jelly, such nostalgia. I don't even know what that means. Alright, so I do recommend this recipe. This is good. I want to try it a little bit warmer. Will you try a warm one with me? Or are you full of muff? Here. Are you chatting with your friends?
Maybe.
Pay attention to your girlfriend.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay, so the sugar's not staying as well on this because the butter was not staying as well.
What am I supposed?
And
What are we doing? This
We're
one's
trying
got-
a warm one.
Oh, it's not spicy.
Not spicy.
I don't need a whole half though. Like that rocked me good. Can I pass? Oh, there's a camera here. Okay. Yes, and can I eat the other half of that?
Let them cool longer.
Okay, then no. Then no. It's disgusting. But no thanks.
It's not that it's disgusting. The ones that were warm, the butter like didn't soak in as much, so it went into the sugar and clumped up the sugar. So there's more clumps of sugar instead of evenly distributed sugar. So if you make these, definitely let them cool for like a good 10-15 minutes. Maybe 20 or 30. They should be cool before you put the butter and sugar on, for sure. It distributed the sugar way better. Now, what's Dan going to serve you for food? Like tonight?
I'm
making leftover nachos. I don't need no man.
I'm off camera capable, so it'll be like I'm looking forward to it. Like I'll get an A+. You guys will get a report card back, and you'll see. It'll be easy. My computer's right here next to Crystal. All she has to do is
Oh, we're talking about when you take care of me?
yeah. All she has to do is tell me what to do. I'll make it. I can make the food.
So I am very nervous about that though, because I don't usually let other people cook me food. Like occasionally you have cooked me food.
You're gonna want like soft foods and stuff anyway. After a couple weeks, you'll be moving around. You're just not gonna be like to do anything. Like you can swoosh around, but like you can't go outside ever.
Which is great. The only place I go is work, so I can't go to work. Amazing.
Look, I got you covered. Some people read books. Some people take courses and stuff how to help out. I watched Misery 3 times. I am good to go.
All right.
I got you. I'm kind of low-key excited that Crystal's gonna be home all the time. We worked together for like 11 years every day. And it was fun, and like I'm here, and it's so hard. Like every time Crystal leaves, I have to get out her lipstick, and then I'm like, "Oh, hey, Crystal!"
I don't even wear lipstick.
Hey, Crystal! And I have
know.
little hand Crystal. She's just a sassy, but like, so it'll be nice to like have Crystal here for a while.
Scott wants to know, what about your plants out front? It's cool. I forget to water them all the time. Like the last time I watered them was probably like 3 weeks ago. They'll be fine.
They'll start up again after your surgery
In springtime and stuff. Yeah, I only have succulents, so they do really well in like dry. I forgot to water them climates.
Right.
So, and that's why I only have succulents, because I kill everything else. Ramo says, so tomorrow night.
Yes.
No Hot Wheels tomorrow. We had a 5th anniversary Dantix all set up and ready to go last week. We're doing that tomorrow. That's what's happening. Anniversary episode of Dantix.
What? I love you so much.
Yeah, and then we will do no shows for 2 weeks after that. Like, I'm not planning anything. We'll see what happens.
I'll be around.
Dan will be around. Dan may go live and do whatever Dan does.
Don't forget about us.
And we'll talk about the calendar. Like, Dan and I will talk about the calendar. We'll get a calendar up as soon as we kind of figure out what's going on. The surgery's on the 31st, so we may wait until after the surgery to make the calendar to kind of see how I'm feeling and what we want to do. About Wicked Adventure are wondering if they have a liquid pistachio flavoring like they have for vanilla. I wonder. I don't know. Somebody Google it. Whoa, you went way down low and now I can't. The microphone's in the way. Hannah tried a recipe for lazy enchiladas last week. They're right.
What's
Definitely
lazy
have notes to
enchiladas?
improve. Where you just kind of toss it in there. You don't roll them. You're just like, here's some tortillas, here's some sauce, cover it with cheese.
Right.
I don't know. I'm just making that up.
No, that's not right.
We're making non-lazy enchiladas next week, actually. I think Tuesday we're doing that. So anyway, in conclusion, I do recommend this recipe. This might be my new pistachio muffin recipe.
I like this better than the other pistachio muffins. Way better. there's not as mush too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes, they're all very excited for the box. Oh, look at Topo giving him a bath. So, thank you guys for hanging out. It has been almost 3 hours. I've got leftover nachos to reheat so I can be gluttonous with my nacho mountain.
That's right. I will go work on the video that you will see tomorrow morning. Hey, when you comment on the video, Jess hit 1.4 million subscribers.
She did, I saw that.
That's really well. Even in the last 28 days, because like I could see all the analytics, 6,500 new subscribers. Not
Nice.
bad. Yes, not bad.
That's amazing.
Not bad. So congratulations for all the hard work Jess puts in. There is thousands of videos of her life online.
Absolutely.
True logger.
Jackie wanted to know if we're going to make homemade cat treats one day. Probably not. I've looked into it. Most of them require tuna. And I don't eat meat and can't stand the smell of tuna. So probably not. Close the lid and mail the gremlin to Hannah. Aw. His buddies would miss him. Topo and Gremlin might need a minute. Oh, they're so snuggly and bathe each other. Baxter too. They're always like buddies and snuggling with each other.
If we're gonna get out of here, I said I was gonna do a giveaway.
Oh yeah, you did.
There's 80 people here still.
Okay, way to hang around a little longer, guys, so we can
Let's do a giveaway.
have a chance to win something.
So I've been taking scripts and scraps of filaments, if you saw on Wednesday, and I've been making little voodoo dams. Let me see if you can see here. And they've been 2 colors. I've been making them with I think there's 7 grams or so it takes to make one of these little guys. I have some in different colors. You'll get to pick one, and I will send it to you. I have a handful of little voodoo dams here. Crystal will pick a number in her head, or
down somewhere.
you write it in your head. We trust you.
But I might forget.
What's that?
But I might forget.
Can you see? No.
Okay. Off camera. Here's my number. Can you see my number?
I can. There we go. All right. 1 through 100 starting now. Don't spam. But I will send you a little Dan. Some of them have shiny backs, some of them don't. But Voodoo Dan it is. And you can pick whatever color of these ones you want here. But I've just been making these out of scraps. I like the silver and gold
Scott
one.
Somerville.
Nice, Scott.
My Last Wicked Adventure right behind
Oh,
Liz, but Scott came through first.
The number
It
was 77.
77. Wow, 3 of you all in a row.
Who did it?
Was 77, but Scott was first.
Who was the other 2?
My Life's Wicked Adventure, followed by Liz McKenna.
Oh, so close.
You might have even typed
So
it first, but
close.
just YouTube didn't receive it first.
I
so.
see
Sorry,
it.
Scott, you are the winner. Congratulations.
So we have green, blue face. We have pink, green face. We have silver, gold face. We have blue, pink face. We have black, pink face. I made that one right before the stream because that's the scraps I have left. And I have black and green.
So, Scott, let us know in the chat which one you want,
Yes,
and
I will
Dan
send
will
you
probably
a-
ship that next week.
A Voodoo Dan that really works.
My Life's Wicked Adventure wants to know, dang, can we buy one of these?
Yes, you can. You can.
Linda says, man, I was so close. You know who was really close was Hannah with her first guess, 5 guesses in of everybody guessing, who said 76. You were 1 number off. He wants the last one, green and black. Hey.
Okay, black and green here. Okay, because the other ones weren't green and black. Okay, black and green. Okay.
F. Anth wants to know if it comes with pins in it. Hannah said, damn it, I knew you'd hate that.
No, well, he's already voodooed out, but you could put him in an arm bar and stuff like that. Yes. All right.
Are you going to list them? I'm sorry, I didn't hear if you answered that. At some point, will you list those?
I can if you want one. The problem is the shipping's $5. They're $5 each, no matter how many you want, and 1 time 5 shipping, or just try to win one.
Wait, $5 each
Yes,
for each one,
for
and
each
then
one of these.
$5 for shipping,
Just
no matter how many you order.
Yeah,
You said that backwards.
Because shipping's $4.89 to $5.26 depending.
Yes.
For anything thicker than an envelope. Or you could just try to win them. I've been making them out
There's
of.
gonna be giveaways here and there.
Oh yeah, I've been making them on my scraps. Voodoo Dans are fun. No 2 are the same.
What happens if we leave it in a hot car? Dan melts like the Wicked Witch.
If it's 220, it'll turn to cookies.
So Scott, Do I have your address?
Send me an email or send it to...
What was it? Winners at... What's your winning email address?
rfswinner@gmail.com.
RFSwinner, singular, @gmail.com. If you could do that.
Dude, what do we talk? Do we talk on Facebook?
If you have my Christmas card,
Yeah.
you do. Yes, okay.
Oh,
Absolutely.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm 99% positive, although it's been like a month since we opened them all up. I'm 99% positive we have that. So yeah, I'll get to you.
Yes, okay, cool. So that's fine.
Hannah says that green and hot pink. Yeah, you like
You
that?
like that?
We'll do some more giveaways with them. That'll be
Yeah.
fun. Because that's just with scraps that would otherwise go in the trash.
That's fine. Like, make it if it's not the thing at all. Like, I would love to give away. Like, I looked at all 3 names. I'm like, can I do that? But it's like $5, $10, $15 of just post office.
Yes.
Like whatever it costs to make those. Like we said, like that's cents. Like that's not what we're like. I'm just doing something with the NOI scraps. But it's getting them to you is the sucky part that sucks. The sucky part that sucks.
Yeah, it costs us $5 every time we ship anything other than the
anything.
postcard.
I even went to the post office with my little thin bubble mailer, and I was like, "What can we do?" And she broke out the NASCAR.
The little thing with the slot in it, and they try to put it through
and
it.
She's like,
Yep. Nope. All right. Let's be done so I can have nachos, please.
What's
Some
up, my
cat
gremlin?
rubbing on the mic. It's Gremlin in here with the packing paper. This cat loves brown paper, like paper bags or the packing paper and stuff. Absolutely goes nuts for it. Doesn't eat it, like try to consume it. Just wants to like chew and smack and mash and dig. What are you doing? Make a bid, cat in a box. Just $5 shipping.
John Carl said.
Hannah, do enchiladas again.
John Carl said, "How many cats do you have?"
Like he didn't know?
I said 9. He said,
Holy shit. Yeah. It's a lot.
I
feel
stopped telling
better
people
when like
that I have like 9 cats.
it's a big number. 6 is like, oh wow, that's a lot of cats. 9 is like, oh my god, are you serious? I saw a video today though where somebody was like, people ask how many cats I have, and then it was like a bam, 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 bam with him holding different cats, and he had 7. So I was like, see, lots of people have lots of cats.
That's a lot of cats.
Mooch says, that damn kitten again, pretty much. I remember when he fit under the door. Remember when he fit under the cat wheel? And there's a video on RFS Cats of stripers reaching into there trying to get him. This cat doesn't fit under anything anymore. He barely fits in this box.
I do call him and he comes jumping up on me.
He
Comes,
does.
snuggles up on me. He jumps up my back and hangs out on my
He
shoulder.
does. Dan was just sitting at his computer yesterday and he just hopped on the chair, hopped on Dan's back, and climbed all the way up to his shoulder.
And you were like, "Oh my gosh, that's the greatest thing!" And I smiled at her, and on the inside, it was, shink.
I cut his nails yesterday. They're not as bad.
How many puncture marks do you see?
Oh, no fewer than like 21 because it's increments of 3. I don't know which 3 nails impale you, but it's always 3s.
Again, I feel like Sarah Carson. She was doing the thing at the show and stuff like that, and she came walking over just like with the tear on her eye and just the one big scrape, and you just smile and do it.
In the
so
middle
he
of
jumps
the night,
up. I just
the
smile.
other night, I think it's mostly gone now, but
It was
Mooch was
Mooch.
snuggling and he scratched my neck,
Yeah.
and I got up that day and was like, "Your nails are getting clipped again." Yeah, he got me good in my sleep. Many, many, many times. One time right before we started the show, I picked up Topo and he just scratched my chin. So yeah, all the time. When he gets full size, you're gonna regret training him to climb up your leg. Not to mention the next time you wear shorts. Not to mention that he does it unprompted sometimes. That's what's gonna be regrettable. Doing it on command is amazing. Like, look, I'm ready for you. Run up me. It's great. Or when he did it the other day and ran up your leg and bit your junk.
Wait, just for the record, hold on. He didn't run up my leg. He barely reached up to hit it. He did not have to run up my leg like you tried to make it out to be at all.
Okay.
Oh, he had to climb the tallest mountain. That's not true. Yeah, but he did. You can't have any of your like laces out for that.
Yeah,
stuff.
if you're just standing around
Or-
in a hoodie and he sees your tie moving, he's jumping
But
up. you.
your baggy pajamas. Yeah, he's just.
Wait, hold on. Nothing at all. I was home at lunch the other day standing by the chair and all of a sudden he just ran up and like latched onto my thigh. I had no strings, no baggy anything. My jeans are pretty tight. Like he just decides he wants to jump up you and latch on. What are you doing? Nothing at all.
Why you got indica eye? Stop it.
Squinty. Luckily, he hasn't really eaten any cords or anything. Sometimes the cords under Dan's desk, he tries to like leap in them and like hang.
Every one of my cords has chew marks in it from all. You know
He hasn't eaten through things. She's a cord chomper. All right, can we wrap this up because I'm hungry? Hello, nachos.
We can't wrap this up.
Thank you guys so
that's
much for
cute.
hanging out. That's a really good picture. You might see it on RFS Cats later.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely recommend the pistachio muffins. Really easy, by the way, too. I'm generally averse to using stuff like a cake mix or a pudding mix in something. The pistachio pudding mix is really good. I'm not against it at all. So I definitely recommend you guys try this. Again, we will be live tomorrow at 4 p.m. Pacific. Sorry, I'm hiccuping. With our anniversary episode of Dantix 5 years ago and a week. Dan did the first episode of Dantix. Join us for the 5th anniversary of it.
All new
4 all new categories, 40 new questions, 4 chances for you to get your name on the leaderboard and be the winner. Oh yeah, you need that. I thought you were coming to kiss me. Nail file after clippers. Yeah, we do have a nail file. I usually don't use it, but I probably should. I just don't bother. Adele has ordered the puddings. Definitely going to give these a go. Yes, you will like it. And again, the recipe does say to use regular sugar. I like the sugar in the raw. The like big squares of crunchy sugar. Just gives a good texture to the top of the muff.
My gremlin. Yeah, my gremlin.
All right, Dan, I need nachos.
Okay.
Bye, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye. Have a good night,
4
everybody.
p.m.
Thank
Pacific.
you.
Don't forget to join us. Now I just stand here awkwardly.
Yeah, you still got 10 more
all the
seconds of talking.
buttons.
No, that's copyrighted. That's Doug's copyrighted music. Alright, good night, everybody.
Bye, guys.